Okay, so Graham, whenever you want to start.
Oh, you want me to start? Okay.
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon. I love your little intro.
Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world tonight. Welcome. And if you're from Zeta Reticuli or the Pleiades, you're welcome too. This is Grant Cameron speaking, and I'm talking to you from below the ballroom at the Poco Palace here in Port Coquitlam, BC, Canada. And I'm happy to be joined by Cindy Vull, who is my co-host here today in Salt Lake City, and Scott Mitchell, who's joining
Yeah,
us from somewhere in the sky.
Mississippi. Hello.
Mississippi. Oh, cool.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. The
wow.
dirty South.
So we're gonna do a one of them probably the most famous topic in ufology. We're gonna talk about Bob Lazar today. I'll turn it over to Cindy, and she's gonna do an intro here.
Okay, welcome everybody. This is going to be an exciting interview. A couple weeks ago, I met Scott at Contact in the Desert, and I was swept up by his story, his involvement with Bob Lazar's movie S4. So I said, Scott, we must have an interview with Grant because this is really important stuff, and
That's right.
how exclusively you are and currently involved in the movie because the movie just got released very recently. So I want to talk a little bit, introduce Scott Mitchell. He is also known as Weisberger, is an independent forensic imagery researcher whose multi-year investigation into the alleged S4 facility connected to Bob Lazar Story has rapidly gained major traction and attention across the UFO and investigative research communities. Over more than 4 years, Mitchell independently sourced, analyzed, processed, and enhanced countless forms of imagery data related to the S4 Papoose Lake region, Groom Lake, Area 52, becoming publicly recognized as the principal analyst and original technical figure behind the research and physical evidence now associated with the modern S4 debate. His work has sparked widespread discussion across platforms including X, Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, and major UFO media circles, with many viewers calling it some of the most compelling S4 related material seen in years. As public interest continues to grow, Scott Mitchell's name has become increasingly associated with many prominent figures and platforms connected to Bob Lazar, such as Joe Rogan, Jeremy Corbell, George Knapp, Jesse Michaels, Ross Cohart, and the broader disclosure conversation, positioning him as one of the most talked about new independent researchers in the field today. As you can see, after this bio, you can understand why we want to interview
Something like that.
Scott.
Something like that.
So Scott has he's downloaded some pictures, sharing it with us through. We're going to be showing it through Grant's email files. So just require a little bit patience on our audience's patience while we go through these photos. And Scott's going to explain the photos in depth, and then I really hope
Sure.
that everybody's going to take the time to. Is it available on Amazon?
Well,
S4, the Bob
the
Lazar Story.
movie, yeah. Well, the Bob Lazar movie, I only played a small portion of that. I provided the evidence, the physical evidence portion for the film. So the movie itself is out right now. It came out April 3rd. It's on Amazon right now. You can go get
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
For my project, which is only physical evidence, not a film, but probably should be. That's going to be coming out soon. Part one of that is the hangar doors, which we decided to release in the movie because me and Luigi decided it was the most easy and most simple to digest for somebody who doesn't really know too much about it, or they don't really know what they're looking at. Even like the dumbest person can look at that and go, "Oh, I see what you're talking about." So we decided to put that in the movie. So I gave him from my project the hangar doors photo, and that was like 3 years ago. And that was when I first contacted Luigi and got to talk to Bob personally, one on one. And I got him to verify this because I found this like 3, 4 years ago. So that's what sparked this whole project because I got to show him that and see that dude turn red, almost come to tears in a reaction I will never forget that I have recorded. And one day I might be able to show it. Probably not, but yeah, so that ignited a flame inside of me that didn't stop, and I proceeded to find the rest of every single thing else to do with S4, the external part of the facility, the physical evidence, the shit that people said for 30 years either didn't exist or wish where is the evidence and da 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 da. And the only thing previously existing up to that point was very poorly shitty satellite photos with like artifacting lines or people drawing over satellite photos, horribly incorrect and inaccurate. No idea. People looking on the west side. And then, yeah, it was just a shit show until now we have new, that's 2020 DSLR photos from a Nikon D3500 from about 15 to 17 miles away. That is one image. That is a series of about, I think, about 10 images. And you can see what clearly seems to be rectangular geometrical shapes in the side of that hillside that resemble the exact description that Bob Lazar said in the exact spot, the exact position, the exact angle, everything that for years people said wasn't there. And so I found that discovery a couple of years ago and then went through a whole bunch of series of verification, testing, analysis processes forensically and every way you can think of. And then finally getting the stamp of approval from Bob himself going, holy shit, that's it. You fucking, how did, oh my God, that's
Yeah,
it.
how did you do
That's
that?
it.
How did you do that?
Well, it started with me, like I'd known about the Bob Lazar story for like probably, I don't know, 8, 9 years, but then probably like the last 2019-ish, I started like really like, is this dude lying? Is this dude full of shit? I want to know. Like personally, I want to know. And I couldn't trust other people's work that was done out there. It was just shitty. You don't know if it's like, you don't know how much bias is in it. You don't know if it's tainted. You don't know how much work they're trying to be like fair. You don't know if they have a belief that's swaying or tainting the data. Like you just don't know. And this is too serious of a topic to have somebody's fingers fiddle fucking in there. Like this needs to be 100% reliable, straight. Like this is it, without me included. Like this is it. So I wanted to see if this dude's lying or not. I had a feeling in my heart and gut that this dude wasn't lying, but I wanted to know. There's got to be something better out there than what was out there. It was shit. Like I have a whole folder I've assembled over the years of the best Bob Lazar evidence that was previously out there, and I'm going to show it when the project comes out for a comparison of how shitty this evidence was. There was none. It was non-existent. It was a joke. And so now we have finally, for the first time, that nobody, I don't know how, nobody had ever seen, nobody had ever discovered any of that. They looked at the photos that came out from the private pilot. I'm not going to say his name because of some backstory. I probably could, but I'm just going to protect. I'm just going to do what I was told. Okay. And so these photos came out and they made their first rounds on the internet. And then the debunkers and everybody went, see, look, there's a private pilot flew over Papoose. See, there's nothing there. See, it's a dry like that. Bob Lazar's a liar, a hoax. See, nothing's there. And then that kind of died down. And then he went back again and did another series of photos, but this time with a big camera and a big lens. And I don't think at the moment or at the time he really knew much about the Bob Lazar story nor cared. But he got a bunch of photos of Papoose Lake, a bunch. Like, so I was like, I went through thousands of his photos. And this is before I ever knew that I was going to be a part of this or that I was going to start an evidence project or that I'd be included in a film or meet y'all or be doing this. I had no idea. And I was going through them one night. It's probably about 2022, maybe early 2022. And I was going through that dude's photos, the raws, just going through every angle. I'm talking about this hyper zooming in, analyzing every pixel till you want to vomit and die. Okay. And I get to a certain set and series of photos in the 0500 series. It starts early in the 04 or late 0400s. But around the 0500 mark, they start to come out and pop pretty clearly. And they're visible in every single image. It's not just one image. So people saying this is pixelation, this is artifacting, this is what some dudes say, oh, it's a case of pareidolia. You're convincing yourself that that's a part of the cracks in the ground, whatever, the natural landscape. No, it's not. It's visible in every single photo. The raw photos, that's the most important part. It's visible in all raw photos. You don't have to change them at all. The only thing I did to them was highlight them and enhance them so you can see them more clearly and extract the data. That's what we're doing. And making sure that it's visible in all images. And something else I did before I had even talked to Bob was I took every single one of those photos where you can see it, and some, as he's taking the photos, snap, 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 the airplane's going whichever way. I have it broke down. The airplane's traveling. He's trying to turn left and take the pictures of the photo of the hillside, which is 17 miles away. And then he grabs a lens and first takes some that's zoomed out, and then grabs it and twists it. It gets real close, and then takes the rest of them. In that series of photos in chronological order, I took them and aligned in Photoshop. I took every single photo, and right where the doors are, I zoomed it in and made each one like transparent and aligned the door structure over every single one of the photos, and then save them so you can like rule out the excess, like reverse the motion. So it locks down that specific set. And then now if you render that out and play it in succession, you have basically a simulated video. And you see the doors, literally all 9 of them. That structure is there, and you see it as you do it. You can make it a video. You can do it with the arrow key and make it go fast. That structure is visible in every single image, slightly blurry over here on this one, more clear here as it goes through because the camera, the focus, the autofocus, the motion. But you can see, and then I settled on, just so happened to be the most easy to see, was 0501. We call it 0501. That's what we call that. It's just the one where you can see it the most clearest. That's not the only one you can see it. You can see it in every single one of the images. But to your average untrained person, that looks like a dry lake bed. There's nothing there because you don't know what you're looking for. And that's why it was built that way, specifically from the ground up, to be hidden and undetectable from aerial platforms. And it's done a great job for 30 plus years. It's done a great job until my dumbass. So sorry, y'all at S4. Y'all were doing great. I'm sorry. I fucked it up for you. My bad. But anyway, so we did that. And then I had talked to Bob Lazar. This is right around the time that Project Gravatar was being announced. This was like, I think, early 2023. So I hadn't ever talked to Bob at that time. And I had just talked to Luigi. And I had found that in the middle of the night. And it was like 2 a.m. and I was going through it, and I like got really emotional when I saw that. I was like, am I fucking tripping? It's 2 a.m. Am I tired? Like, I'm fucking looking at, do I see what I think I'm seeing? Hold up, bro. And like, because I've never seen anybody else ever say anything. Nobody's ever seen this. And I'm like, this is too good to be true. Like, I'm fucking rubbing my eyes like, holy fuck. Like, because it's registering what I have just discovered. And I'm like, if this is right, I fucking am about to start crying. And the girl I was with at the time, ex-girlfriend, she was on the other side of the house. And I start screaming like somebody's goddamn getting murdered. And I'm like, hey, come back here. She's like, what? I'm running in there. I'm like, I just back up. And I'm like, I got it blown up on the computer screen. I'm like, tell me what you see. And I'm not going to tell you shit. Tell me what you see. I'm not going to tell you. And she's like, do you see what yeah, I see it. I'm not tripping. No, you ain't tripping. She's like, how the fuck where did you get? I'm like, bruh. And I start crying. I'm like, because it just registered how significant and important that one little thing was that not many other people would understand the significance of, how important and crucial that really is. Because to most people that don't understand this, they're going to go, oh, but it's blurry. Oh, but it's noisy. Oh, but you can, that's just a hill. I don't see anything. You're fucking retarded. Anyway, from that point on, I was like, yes, this is great, but how do I know though? Like, how do I know? Like, I wish I could talk to Bob Lazar. I wish I could ask him that. But at the time, that dude he's known for not talking to nobody. He don't talk to nobody. You can't get that dude for an interview. He don't want to. That shit ruined his life. He don't want nothing to do with that. It's hard to get in contact with him. It just so happened that Project Gravatar was coming out, but they hadn't posted anything yet. The only thing they had posted was that video. I think it was right after one of the congressional hearings. There's Bob and Luigi stand there going, Bob, if you had one thing to say, what would it be? And he said, I told you so. And I said, holy shit, this this dude is with Bob. Hey, Luigi, my name's da 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 da. I got something really secret and important I'd like to show you. You can't show anybody else, but you're with Bob. I would do. Could you please somehow show this to him and get his opinion, verification, something on it, and tell me so I know. Is this the right location? Is it what I think it is? Da, da, da. Could you please do that and give me his reaction? Shit, could you call me? Like I don't sure you know what? Yeah, absolutely. And they pondered on it for like a couple hours because they didn't know if I was bullshitting or if I was like photoshopping or if it was fake. And then I send them the raw, the original, where they got it, show you all the raw sources. You ain't got to trust me. Don't trust me. Here it is. Here's this. Please, can you tell me something? Incoming call from Bob Lazar. Video call. What the fuck? I go pick, hello. And it's Bob Lazar. Just him. And I'm like, I never thought I'd talk to this dude ever. And I gave that shit up. I never thought I'd ever talk to him. I wish I could talk to Bob and ask him this, and all these little questions and shit. I gave it up. And now, oh my God, Scott, thank you so much for finding. I don't know how you did that. Oh my God, I can't believe it. How did you do it? Like, I'll call you right back. Bob Lazar just called me. Yeah, Bob Lazar, I gotta call him back. Holy fuck. I call him back, and that proceeds to be a 3 hour long call where I show Bob that he's already seen it, thanking me, and then Bob goes, I got to show you something. Luigi, show him. And then they proceed to show me some shit I can't show anybody. And then I get to ask him all the little questions in the fucking world. I get to picture him to death. And then I finally get to ask him like face to face anything that I ever thought he was lying about. I got to look that motherfucker in the face and ask him straight blind. And I was like, when I think I caught him in a lie or contradiction, you see people go all the time, oh, he said it like this one time, and look right here. He said it different this time. He's fucking lying. I did that too. Been there, did that. And I asked him, like, got this motherfucker. He's got to be lying. Let me see how he reacts. And I tested him. I pushed him. And he explained something so simple. And I was just missing a piece of the information. And it made me feel like the biggest dumbass in the world. I said, let me go get my clown nose and put it on because this dude ain't fucking lying. I'm just retarded. I thought I knew everything about the story. I didn't. People who think they know everything about this, you don't. I didn't. And I still don't. But I've learned so much more. It's night and day from what I knew then to now. And I thought I was the shit then. I thought I knew. No. There's so much I know now that I can't even tell anybody. We couldn't even tell anybody for like 3 years for that, because we ultimately decided to put that in the film because of how significant and monumental that one photo actually is. If you know what you were looking at, how important that photo actually is, and did every method under the sun of verification and testing. I did it, and then they separately, independently did it themselves, and then sent it off to another professional to do it. And so forensically, that made me, I guess, indirectly, unintentionally turn into a forensic imagery analyst myself, because after that phone call, that started a series of, well, if I got the hangar doors, I know the entry door's there. The entry door's there. I got to find that. And then I found the entry door. And then I got hangar door, got the entry door. And then we got the bus tracks. And then we got our one single image that exists of the bus on a dirt road out there in the 90s. And then we got that. And then we got a topography, 3D altitude height data, making a 3D representation map of the hillside. And when you go look at it on a 3D topography viewer, I'm going to be releasing all of this. That's not a picture. That's not a satellite photo. That is a 3D recreation simulation from altitude data, forming a 3D picture for you, like a 3D physical model. And in that, you see a small rectangular box shadow that is being picked up by the, I guess, frame differential between the space between the surface of the doors and the hillside, that small little gap that is creating a shadow. And when you take that and just lower the contrast, this perfect rectangular shape pops out, and then you enhance it more. And nine boxes, individual boxes appear. That is a physical LiDAR laser scan of the hillside of the physical terrain. It's a physical terrain map. This ain't a picture. This isn't pixelation or artifacting. This is something that is real, built within that hillside. This is a physical structure. Something is clearly built within that hillside. That's not up for debate. It is absolutely there. We have the picture showing, we have the satellite data, we have the topography. All of this data correlates, aligns, and verifies what seems to be there in the 0501. So I don't know. I just went off on a tangent. You better control me. I don't know. Hey, I'm retarded. I just work here, dude.
I do have a couple
I don't know
questions. I forgot to mention, not sure how to pronounce because I don't have his last name in front of me. So we need to introduce Luigi.
Luigi Vinatelli. Yes, Luigi
Luigi
Vinatelli. He is
Vinatelli.
the
So
film director. Yep.
yeah, so he's
Yes.
the one
What would
who
you like
is.
to know about Mr. Luigi?
Yeah, so his name is very important in this project because he was
It
able
absolutely
to
is. It absolutely is.
age regress Bob
Yep.
to
They
back.
DH Bob. Yep. They recreated his story. And that's what they had showed me when I had showed them. They were showing me the first ever recreation of all of that. I got to see it before anybody else. And my data helped accurize their data. So they used my shit to make the recreation absolutely accurate. So we kind of worked off each other.
Yeah,
And so the thing is, they were able to recreate the inside and the outside of S4 exactly as Bob saw it, and they had worked on that. So the whole time they're working on that, I'm working on only the evidence portion. So I'm working on the evidence portion. They're working on the film and VR side of it. So they're recreating the visual, and I'm the evidence guy. And then we just so happen what me and Luigi talked about that for many nights. What are the chances? What the coincidence that the best evidence that ever existed and the best visual just so happened to meet and then somehow merge together. What are the fucking chances of that
this
at
is what
that
I
time? We
yeah
both talked about that.
yeah this is what I call
How
it's called divine timing, and it's synchronicity because this is how the universe speaks with us. Ask, you shall receive. So somebody up there
yeah,
understood what you guys are trying to do and literally
absolutely.
brought you guys together. Very, very meaningful. So my second question
Absolutely.
is, that's a no-fly zone. So how
Okay.
did
So
that
you
person?
want some information about that? Okay. I got you. Well, so for that set of photos, well, for both times, I believe. So the first time he went, he flew around the restricted edge of the box. He didn't cross into the restricted zone.
Okay.
He never did that. He was talking to the tower the entire time. I don't want to speak for him fully because I've never talked to him personally. We've tried to. We've done a lot of stuff. I don't know how much of that I could talk about because there was lawyers and all kind of shit involved. That's partially why the film was delayed. And there was some shit going on. There's a lot that happened behind the scenes people don't know. So yeah, he flew around the outside of the box the first time with I think he had a Samsung Galaxy something, and he took the first pictures. It looks very close to Papoose Lake. I had reverse triangulated, pull out the metadata, realign it with Google Earth, and then his data, look at the cracks in the ground. Is this the exact plane position? Get the metadata coordinates of where it was captured from, and then measure that. I did all that the first set of images, which it had the metadata in it, so you can see where he took the photo from. The second one with the Nikon D3500 or whatever, there's no geotagging in it. There's no coordinate attached to the photo. So I had to manually reverse triangulate and figure out where that plane was, what direction it was flying, how far away it was from the from S4 in 0501. So I don't know his exact flight route. I have all the pictures of his flight route, of the little icons on the map, but I don't know the exact route. I wasn't there that day. He was. I don't know. You'd have to ask him. Everybody knows who we're talking about, but I'm not going to say the name. Everybody knows who we're talking about. I hope so.
So
Anyway,
he
so
must have
people
had a
kind of
long zoom camera
yeah,
to get
yeah.
pictures
I
that
have all the
perfect.
data of yeah, yeah, I have all the data of what exact camera he used, what lens he used, what all the settings were at that exact moment, at the time, the day, the moment. Then I had to get the position of the plane and then measure all that. And you see in the files that you have there in the first part one of the Hangar Doors pack, you can see a graphic I had made there of a top-down reverse analysis of where 0501 was taken. And you could see the coordinates, you could see the distance, you could see the angle of capture, and all that shit. So I promise you, like I suicidally did this forensically in the most obsessive, unhealthy, bad way for the last 5 years on all of these pieces of evidence because I want to make sure this was absolutely rock solid. There is no, I'm not like speculating. I'm not speculating on this. Like I'm not trying to like give you my opinion. This is like objective and definitive what I am telling you. That is a real structure built within that hillside. That's not up for debate. It is absolutely there. Now, what is inside of that is another story. Okay. So we can't really confirm what's going on inside of there, but everything else matched. Why would that not match as well? Because things that I had verified that nobody that he wouldn't even know, like people try to say he like lied or picked up, and he let's say the different theories of him lying. So he made it up with John Lear, and they made up the story. And Jim Taliani worked at Tonopah, and there was the real S4. It's called the Tonopah Test Range, and the S4 there. That's a real S4, and there's like two other ones on the test site. He took that and then made this. That's the real S4, and they lied, and there's nothing. Really? Well, he said this, and this, and he didn't know someone 30 years later was going to verify every single bit of that. And if you were lying, there's no way that you would know that unless you were physically there. You cannot overhear information. Oh, he picked it up at a bar by somebody off base or somebody told him. No, because he said shit that you would only know if you were there that I have personally verified. Little measurements of shit, the way the terrain is structured, the way this bush is placed when you walk up to the door, just different shit like that. You can only know that if you were there. And I verified all that, and that's going to come out and show you all of it. So I'm really excited to show all that work that I've been doing for the past 5 years, the technical data aspect or side of this, because you only got to see the hangar doors photo in the movie. Out of context, no real analysis, no explanation. It's just like, here's a photo. You can dismiss that. You go to Reddit, go on Twitter, go on any. You see people dismiss it so quick, like, oh, that's pixelation. That's a case of pareidolia. That's a misinterpretation of vegetation. Shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. Stop.
Yeah.
Just stop right there, cuz I'll get the clown nose for you. Here you go.
When is your documentary coming out?
I don't have a documentary. I have a project. It
when
should
is
be a
your project
documentary, all
coming
the shit I went through. So I don't have an exact deadline because it is so much work. But what I'm doing is it's been broken down into packs, categorically into different packs. I had to come up with a name of it because as this all came along and I got more and more pieces of the puzzle all put together, I'm like, holy shit, this is too much to put out in one thing. I can't just put, this is way too much. Just for the hangar doors alone, I just put out that photo, just the photo, and there's like, that's a 300 megabyte folder just for the photos with nothing else. And now I have to put out part two, which is the analysis of that, showing you why, matching it with the topography data. Here's why, here's all the old sketches. Here's all the different year satellite data from every different year, overlined, correlated, and now flip through them. You see the terrain changes. You go all the way back to 1960s. I have S4 under construction on a satellite photo. Literally, you see it looks like a 1960s series construction vehicle setting right where the entry door is supposed to be today. No, there's like, people don't understand, like, I've been working on this 30 years. I ain't never, how did you find it? Well, here's something I always say. Length of time does not equal quality of work conducted. Just because you did something for a long time doesn't mean you did it good. That doesn't mean shit. Somebody can do something in 5 years and it'd be better than 30 years if you know what you're doing. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn. Hey, I'm just a random dude. I don't know how the fuck I even got here. Like, hey, I don't know. I'm grateful for I'm grateful for this interview. But the thing is, nobody's ever really done quality, I guess, forensic level analysis on this. And I guess maybe I just so happen to be the first person to do it. But hey, get me back on track. I'm going to start rambling forever.
Okay, so very quickly, if anybody is not familiar with Bob Lazar Story, I'll just quickly do a very quick summary. He was put on air in May of 1989. George Knapp's scheduled guests didn't show up, so he called up John Lear and said, "Hey, that guy that you talked to, is he available?" So that's how Bob's story broke. And at the time, he was already in trouble with, let's just say, for lack of better words, Area 52 government people. So he thought,
51.
yeah.
You said 52. I said
Oh,
51.
that's right. Area 51. Area 52 is Chris Ramsey. So Area 51. So he to kind of stick him. He was incognito and said, "My name is Dennis," and Dennis is his
And that was
superior.
kind of a little bit of this to
Yes, it
Dennis,
was. It
and
was
it kind of bit him
fuck
in
you,
the ass.
Dennis.
It
Right,
bit him in the ass.
right.
In
So
the
what?
project, we have a Dennis Mariani pack
Yeah.
that has everything to do with Dennis Mariani. And I don't know if I should say this. I'm probably about to get in big ass trouble. As soon as this goes live, I'm going to get a message and I'm about to get chewed the fuck out. But there may or may not be the only single real photo of Dennis Mariani that exists that you can't find anywhere. It's not on the internet. It's not a high school yearbook photo. It's a real photo that only a very small amount of people have. And let's just say it's very real and confirmed. And I have Dennis Mariani's entire family, phone numbers, addresses, everything about Dennis Mariani. And that is a pack within the project that will come out, but I still have to see what I can and can't release.
Well,
You
I have to say one more thing. The night after, when I was at Contact in the Desert, after I watched S4, which is a phenomenal
Yeah.
film, phenomenal.
Yeah.
I asked Luigi, I said, so if you were able to age regress Bob exactly to what he looked up like in 1989, and the person, the Dennis figure in the film, I
I gotta
said,
shut my mouth right here. I
I
want to
s-
say something so bad, but I can't.
okay, so I said, is this who Dennis looked like in the film? He said yes.
It's
He
close.
also
It's very
age
close.
regressed him. So then I said, do you have a photo of Dennis? I want to see what Dennis looks like. So he shows me a photo, but this is a photo of a man who looks like he's in his 70s
Which
or
photo
80s,
did he show you?
very old looking
What did
man,
it look like? What shirt was he wearing?
white.
Oh, you've seen it.
Oh yeah, I've
You've
seen
seen
it.
it.
Yeah.
You've
So
seen it.
yeah, I seen
You've seen
it.
it. I have
But it
another
did.
one though. I have the young one
Oh yeah,
and that
yeah. I
one.
saw that one too because I said, Luigi, this picture doesn't look like the picture that's on
Oh,
in
just
the
wait. Just
documentary.
wait. I got you. I got
Yeah,
you.
yeah. So he goes, oh, let me show you this other photo. So when I saw the photo, it looked like it almost looks like a badge. And I can still see it in my mind's eye, the photos, here's the badge, the photos right here, his
Uh-huh.
name. And when I saw that picture, I said, oh,
That's from
that's
hey,
you?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, good for
They can
you.
say what they want, but
Yeah.
yeah. What
So,
you're talking about, I'll go ahead and say this. I'll give it to the audience. I'll fucking give it. Fuck it. I'll give y'all something. That
but
is
I have
a
something else to say about the
go
photo
ahead.
that's not going
Well,
to
make
be
sure he
Go
gets
related
to
ahead.
to what
say
I'll
it.
you're
give
going to
something,
say.
but go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So anyways, when I looked at the photo, so the Chinese have a phrase. The eyes is
Yep.
the eyes is the reflection of the inner soul. So when I saw the younger
Absolutely.
picture of Dennis, I said to Luigi, oh my God, I said, look at this picture. Look how kind. He actually looked innocent and kind. And that's not the person that was being portrayed in
It's
S4
not.
or the older picture. So
It's not.
Luigi's feedback was he goes, yeah, his career fucked him up. Area
It did.
51 fucked him up
It did.
because he's actually a very dark individual, very very dark.
Yeah, Dennis. Yeah, I continue, and I'll give my little shit on that. But continue, keep going.
But that's what I picked up by looking at the younger picture of
Yeah,
Dennis.
yeah,
That's
absolutely.
what
You'll
I
see the
picked up.
difference. You'll see
Yeah,
the difference in what life will do to you, your career will do to you. You can see it in their face.
well, when you don't walk in the light, because when you look at Donald Trump's eyes, even if Donald Trump is smiling and you
Yep.
cover the smile, you just look at his eyes. His eyes are very scary. Same with Osama bin Laden. These people just cover the nose and in the mouth, and you just look at the eyes. The eyes is an inner reflection of your soul. So Dennis had, scary looking eyes. Donald Trump has scary looking eyes. So does Osama bin Laden.
People would say the same about me because I went through so much fucking trauma, so much bad shit. It tainted my soul. So much death, so much bad stuff. You would say the same. And I look at myself and I go, don't ever let that take you over. Don't ever let that taint the rest of your
No,
life. But that's a part
you
of me.
don't.
That's something that's impressed on me. I can never get rid of, but I am trying to use it for good to
Yeah,
help other people in the future to go, I've been to the dark side for fucking real. Let me tell you, you don't need
but
to go there to get
but
these lessons.
you don't have hate in your heart. That's the
I
difference.
used to. I used to. I had to
Okay,
learn to get
well,
rid of that.
you did not strike me that way, so don't
Yeah,
worry.
absolutely.
All right,
Absolutely.
you take it away. So what else, what did you want to share?
Um, well, so the photo you were talking about, there is one photo that I'll give away. I can't give away the other two. There's one that you may have seen. So the younger one, I believe you're talking about.
Yep.
Just so people know, so if people want it, fuck it. Okay, that's his 1965. I can show it if you want to, or we can edit it in if you want. That is his 1965 El Rodeo Polytechnical College yearbook photo.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So that's Dennis's college yearbook photo, and it's in a PDF. And you go through different pages, and you'll see it. It's on page. Let me grab the page for you. I shouldn't be saying this. I'm fucking myself for my project, but it's okay. I'll give y'all something. It's
Liberty want to watch now.
it's on page 57 of his 1965 El Rodeo yearbook photo.
Okay,
That's
ironically,
Dennis
you said
Mariani.
that.
You'll see his portrait photo here, and
Yeah,
you see Dennis J. Mariani.
yeah.
And me and Luigi and Chris Ramsey I don't know how much this can say. I'm going to take the name away. There was somebody that this happened probably almost 2 years ago now. There's somebody that flew for EG&G that flew the Janet flights, pilot that flew out of there all the time and
Hmm.
was going to come on to Area 52, bought the plane ticket and everything, was going to come there. And this dude said, I don't know anything about Bob Lazar. I mean, I know who he is now. I don't know. I didn't know about S4. I didn't know about Bob Lazar. But I was real good friends with Dennis. Real good friends. And oh, shit, you were friends with, oh, yeah, flew him around about 16 times to
Oh,
Area 51, to what's it called? What's that other place? Fucking Dugway. Quite a
uh-huh.
few places. He said, you know how you got regulars? Dennis was one of his regulars. And at the time, he didn't know about Bob. He didn't know about none of that shit. And so he flew for EGG. I don't know how much I should say because I might get in trouble for that too. And but anyway, that guy was going to come on to Area 52 and talk about that. And he's real good friends with Dennis. And he said Dennis was a real big fan of Johnny Cash. And he called him John. He said he called him John. We call him Dennis. He called him John. And he seemed like he was a pretty cool dude.
Hmm.
But that's what you were saying earlier about how the job or career can change you. When I understand that to a degree. When Dennis had to go to work, you're working in a very secure environment. You're very protocol driven. There's no emotion, there's no laughing, there's no fucking giggling. This is serious as shit. We
Yeah,
we have security, we have to follow. This ain't a joke, buddy. Like, what the fuck are you laughing at? We're not joking. Like, that's what report back to me, and that's it. Like, hey, you got anything done today? Okay, I'll be back in 10 minutes. Yeah, he said that's what Bob said about Dennis. He's very strict, very protocol driven, very military style,
yeah,
very not much emotion, barely ever laughed. You never saw him smile.
yeah,
But on the other hand, when he's out of that, he's pretty cool. I mean, and that's what you would expect. That's the same with a bunch of tier one operators and people on like SEAL Team 6 and fucking Delta Force and all these tier one units and shit. You got to be able to switch it on, but you
yeah.
also got to be able to switch it off.
Switch it off. Uh-huh.
So, yeah. So, I mean, I wouldn't let that define him. I wouldn't. Who knows? Dennis might have been the coolest dude ever. We had this motherfucker on here right now. He died in 2007. Who knows? If we had Dennis on here right now, that might have been the coolest fucking dude in the world. But we don't know. So I try not to judge anybody based on stories or third-hand information. I didn't know Dennis. I did not know him. And I can't judge him based on, and Bob couldn't judge him either. Bob couldn't judge him. Bob would probably say the same shit. When I was around him, this is how he was. I don't know what he was like outside of that. He met him one time at the casino. After that was the last contact. And I don't know if y'all know that story. It's in the movie, but we won't go into that. But he seemed like a pretty decent human being when he was not affiliated with work. And in the photo that I'm talking about, it looks like it's a photo that is taken. It seems to be in like the middle of his kitchen. and I'm assuming that it was taken probably by his wife. And this is when he's older. This ain't young. This is relatively recent, and you can see him looking at the camera like what the fuck are you taking a picture of me for? You know not to take pictures of me. You know, don't take pictures of me. You can see that in his face, like the moment captured there.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I can't say much more about that. I would love to. I would love to drop. There's so many fucking amazing, insane bombshells I could drop right now and blow the fucking internet wide open right now.
Yeah.
And I can't. And I fucking am dying to. I wish I could.
Good
So
idea.
much. There's so much.
When
So
you're-
many things.
Let's just
Good
say when
idea.
you're able to, come back to Grant and I.
Oh, no.
Sure.
No.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I do have a question. I forgot to ask Luigi about this. Whatever happened to Barry? Did anybody look for Barry?
Okay, so I'm the evidence portion guy. I'm the evidence guy, so that was my job. I did that because I found Dennis. I found everything about Dennis. So we got
Yeah.
Dennis. I wanted to get Barry, right? I wanted to get as many people as I possibly could on
Yeah.
that list.
Yeah.
And I got quite a few.
Oh, okay. Tell us.
I got quite a few. I can't tell you all that. Hell no. I can't tell you all that. That's not a question, Mike. But no. Yeah, so Barry, I got some information on him, but we're still, if anybody else out there, I hope there's another me out there somewhere that's like dying on this shit. If you found Barry, go ahead. I mean, we found many different what we thought was him, and we've got 3 different variations of what we thought was him. Every time we verified it with Bob, wasn't him, wasn't him, wasn't him. So we don't know if Barry is still alive or not, but
How old was Barry when Bob worked with him?
I have his whole list wrote down somewhere. I have like 500, and I'm not exaggerating. I think 572 technical data notes of every single portion of this story broken down separately. So anything to do with measurements, dates, events, names affiliated with the story. Anybody, any name in S4, Bob's friends, the date that they did this on, every single day that Bob went to S4, the dates. I'm talking about in order, all this shit. Anything I have lists for and notes that I've made because I want to be able to reference from. Anytime Bob ever described S4, the location, this, I have it timestamped, the video, downloaded, it brings you straight to him by quote saying it. So I want to be able to reference that like my own little archive library. So,
Right.
and it's like almost 500 gigabytes now. So,
So I think
But
what the
I'd have to go look and see if his age.
right. So I think the officials, government officials at Area 52 did not count on was somebody like Bob Lazar and then
Yeah.
George Knapp and now Luigi and yourself to bring this really
Absolutely.
front and center that this is very, very real.
I gotta go fucking haircut. But yes, I'm listening.
So,
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. The thing is, you'll see that in one of my trailers. Is they don't care what you say anymore. They only care what you can prove. And unfortunately, or maybe fortunately for me, I was the dude that could prove all that. I don't care what your opinion is. I know what this is. And there's so much that people have not seen that is going to come out. I don't know when, but stuff that I have that I can't show and can't say, aside from just the main stuff that I cannot wait to put out there because people doing all this fucking yapping is going to shut your mouth immediately.
are you
But people that are in denial and debunkers, no matter what you do, it won't ever be good enough. But this is the real deal.
right? Are you working with Luigi
Continue.
to get your stuff out?
No. So here's the thing. So when we did the film, that was I guess, collaboration on our part. I gave him a piece of my project to display in the movie, which delayed me for like 2-3 years. We had to stay quiet about it. I said, sure, we'll put this in the movie. It's only right. It's only right. Like that absolutely needs to be in there for sure. I don't give a shit about credit for me or my name. That needs to be in there. That absolutely has to be in there. So I gave him that, which is one of the bigger pieces. You know, the rest is amazing, but that's just like the easy one for people. You know, that's your kindergarten breakfast. But yeah, so we put that in there, and then after that, we're on 2 separate planes. So he's doing film and his shit. I am the evidence guy for this. We are not like, I guess, actively doing shit together. I mean, we might in the future, but we're just really good friends. I love that dude. He saved my life a million times. if it wasn't for him, I don't know where the fuck I'd be. That dude did a lot for me. So thank you, Luigi. If you're listening to this, man, thank you. You saved my fucking life.
Yeah,
Literally.
Luigi,
Thank you.
Luigi is a great guy. I met him at Contact, just a
Yep.
great guy.
Are you
Yeah, man.
serious about this?
We
He
went through
saved
a
your
lot of bad
life?
shit together.
Say it
Continue.
again, Grant.
Are you serious? He saved your life? I haven't heard this part of the story. Is it, or is he
There's a
can't talk
lot of
about
people I
that?
haven't heard, but yeah, stuff I can't say. That dude literally saved my life.
Wow.
That dude saved my life multiple times. Like, not physically, well, physically and not physically. I don't know how you describe it. He didn't win a gunfight for me, but not like that. But that dude took care of me in some of the worst motherfucking spots I've ever been in my life, to the point that I was gonna kill myself. I'm talking about that's in my project. Like, you can see, like, I sent you that picture of me all bloody and fucked up. That was during that time. I lost everything. I lost the entire project. I lost everything. I found my mom dead, my dad dead, fucking all this, like, just trauma, man. I lost my family. I lost everything I ever worked for. I lost my home. I became homeless, and like, fucking my cell phone broke at the worst possible time in the world. And all I had left was a Glock 17. And I was like, this is going to be told in the video, because this also shows my dedication to this project, because it is the only thing that got me through. It is the only thing that kept me alive. This project is all I had. And it's the only reason I'm living, because I wanted to get this out and finish it. And it's soon going to be finally out. People will be able to see that. But I was going to kill myself in a field. And I showed, like I said, I'm going to show that in the video. And all I had was a notebook. I had a notebook. I didn't have light. I didn't have a fucking flashlight. Nothing. I just had a fucking pen and a notebook. And I went through so much trauma and pain, back to back, compounded without break, of the worst shit, with nobody to talk to, nobody to put their hand on your shoulder, say, bro, you're good, keep going, one foot in front of the other, it's gonna be all right. None of that. It was just me in that field alone for a long time.
Oh, I'm so
And
sorry.
I was like, all I had was like 10 USBs of the project in my bag. And I held on to those, and I called them the detonator, because this is going to blow the fucking world up. And I'm the dude, but yet I'm in this situation. And I was like, you know what? This is only appropriate. This is exactly how this is supposed to go, because I'm supposed to tell this story.
Yeah.
And I have the notes from that night that I wrote on there. And you see, throughout my entire time of being homeless and misery, the only thing that I thought of was this project and analysis, and doing it on a fucking piece of paper somehow, of how I'm going to portray all this, explain it, that how I did all this from start to finish. I would write in this notebook and draw the sketches and schematics and measurements, and verifying shit, running through data in my head of this and this and this. And that's what got me through. And then when I was going to do it, I wrote a note, like, this is why I did this. I'm sorry. I experienced so much traumatic shit I can't even begin to express. I know this seems selfish, but I don't fucking got nobody. That was my mindset at the time, was, it ain't gonna be my fucking problem no more. You're selfish. Oh well, I ain't gonna be here to be selfish about. Fuck. Well, I'm about to push my shit out. Watch this. And I was gonna do it. And I remember sitting there crisscross applesauce in a field at 2 a.m. And I was about to do it, and I was like, I took half the slack out of the trigger, and I had like a pound or two left. And it was a Glock 17. And I remember being at the wall. We call that the wall in the trigger, because I used to teach defensive firearm tactics. I used to be a firearms instructor. So ain't this weird how this all works? This is fucking weird. Guy, you're weird. I don't know why y'all interviewing him. But anyway, I was going to do it, and like this bolt of lightning was sent into me from this energy that I can only call God.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
Your spirit guides.
it was something that I don't know how to describe. It wasn't words. It wasn't. It was just, it was this telepathic, but not a language like you would hear. It was just this immediate, like I've never felt before. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't some big quote of, "Oh, don't do it. Your life is so important." No, none of that shit. Yeah. It was just, not yet. If you want to push your shit out later, go ahead and do it. But you about to finish this fucking project. Finish this first, because it's bigger than you. It's more important than you. Finish this. And if you want to kill yourself later, go fucking do it. But you're going to finish this first, because it is important. No matter how important other people may think it is, you understand and recognize the significance and the stepping stone of humanity that this is needed for. This
Yeah.
is absolutely needed. No matter how big of a piece it is in the wheel, it is a stepping stone or piece of the puzzle that absolutely has to be there. And it seemed apparent that I was the only one built for the job at the time because I got all the shit that nobody else had ever got, nobody had ever seen. And it's like, why? And then met Luigi and then met Bob. I got talking. I was like, I gotta get through this. I got to. Whatever it fucking takes. This project is my number one priority and thing in my life. And I just kept going. I kept going. So this is for all the people out there that did work on S4. Your work is not in vain. Even though you didn't find it, even though you got, what do you call it, fucking disappointed or anticlimactic and it maybe led you to believe something different, your work wasn't for nothing. All of that, it took everybody's work to get this. It wasn't just me. I mean, yeah, I did it, but it doesn't matter. I'm standing on the work that everybody's did before me. So all the people that are suffering through horrible depression and misery and trauma right now, drug addiction, mental health, this is for you. Keep fucking going. Keep fucking going. I was literally going to kill myself in a field. And now a couple years later, look how the tables turned. I mean, I was in fucking California sitting in front of y'all, and now I'm on this shit. I'm in a movie and fucking answering Q&A questions and fucking talked about on Joe Rogan. And just keep going. You don't know what's on the other side of the door. Just keep going, bro. Just don't question. Don't wonder why or how or what am I going to do or stop trying to intellectualize it. Just keep going. Please. From me to you.
You certainly got the attitude in terms of a guy I would hire to do the job because I mean I hate to try to hide from you.
Thank you. Thank you. That's what Luigi said. He said, if there's anybody in this whole fucking building, I want to do a forensic analysis report and get every piece of data, the real deal, that guy, because he'll kill himself trying to do it. And I will. I did. I pretty much did. I pretty much did for this shit. Because it takes a real, I saw a comment, it takes a real specific type of nut job to do what I did. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yes. So Scott, you're very special. Keep moving forward. So with that being said,
yeah, I'm talking about retarded.
So what are you going to do after your project comes out? And on what platform is your project coming out?
Well, the main thing I'm focused on is getting this out. Because it's so much work, I can't even begin to tell you just for each part. So the hangar doors pack, the entry door pack, the bus pack, the tire tracks, the topography, the dentists, the fucking Jerry Freeman pack, the Dick D'Amato pack, the this, the that. It's a lot of shit. Okay. So I'm trying to figure out a way to incorporate all that. And then I have to align this somehow to put out in waves, I guess. But I was going to put out one kind of like a under 10-minute video that incorporates pieces from all the packs, you know, and then if you want the full set, go get this pack, go get that pack, go get this pack. And then from there, I don't know, we'll go wherever life takes me. I'm one day at a time.
What platform and who is sponsoring you?
Does somebody want to sponsor me? Come on with it. Hey, I'm just a single dude fucking doing this individually, working my fucking ass off. If somebody wants to help me out, please fucking do. God, please help me. Somebody,
well, how about Joe Rogan?
Well, that certainly helped. He talked about me on there on Joe Rogan for like 10 straight minutes. And on the news and on this, and I sent you a whole bunch of links to the shit. So that's certainly changing things. And then some dude did like a fucking 1.5 hour mini documentary on me. And I'm like, man, I'm just some dude, bro. Like I don't understand how this is happening, but I'm grateful for it. Please. Anyway, it should be on YouTube, fucking Reddit, Instagram, Facebook.
You need to go back onto Joe Rogan, Area 52, Coast to Coast.
For sure. I'm sure that's gonna. I talked with Chris from Chris Ramsey from Area 52. He was very well aware of me for the last 3 years because Luigi's really good friends with him. And Luigi, when we first met, along with Bob, they were going to whatever podcast they would do, or the people they would know. But hey, come here, I gotta show you something. Don't show me. You can't tell nobody. You can't show. But there's this dude that I know that look at this shit. I'm working with this guy. Look what he fucking got. You can't tell nobody. His name's Scott Mitchell. Da da da. And then you'd see before the movie came out, I sent you a compilation of it of them different people, all these big ass people mentioning me but covertly in a way where they don't say my name yet or what it is,
Yeah.
but they say, and it's just there's this guy and there's some evidence that's about to come out that I may or may not have seen, and they're talking about me, and then now you can say my name and all this shit. And I was talking to Chris at Area 52 at Contact in the Desert, along with a lot of other people. And hopefully that'll happen here. I'm sure it will, me going on Area 52 when this
So
comes
now
out. And
is it possible to debut your project at Contact in the Desert? Like, do the Contact in the Desert
I
people
was thinking
know?
about, yeah, I was talking to Michael, because me and Michael Schratt, if it wasn't for Michael Schratt, I wouldn't have went. Michael
Right.
Schratt
So
helped me out in such a big
how'd you
way.
cross path with Michael Surratt?
Michael Schratt is a dickhead. Screw him. No, I'm just kidding. I love you, Michael. Thank you for everything. That dude is a aerospace historian, and I was aware of his work for many, many years. All these people, you too, Grant. I forgot your name when she was mentioning you at the table, and she was like, Grant Cameron. Who is that? And then I was, oh fuck, I know who that is. And I'm
Yeah.
like, y'all want to interview me? Y'all want to interview me? Me?
Grant's a
Just
big
my
deal.
dumbass?
Yeah.
Me? And I was like, okay. So Michael brought me to the table with y'all. And so I had met Michael on the internet because Michael was, you could see throughout the years, Michael was kind of skeptical on the Bob story. He had wrote like in 2015, the Bob Lazar report, kind of challenging and being skeptical, a healthy amount of skepticism toward the case of like, some serious questions like, okay, well, if this was like this, how was this like this then? That don't make sense. And then I guess I saw Michael's, I don't know, drive, his determination, and his desire to know if it was true or not. And I saw that with a bunch of people that like really they wanted it, but they had never seen it. And they wanted to believe so bad. And I was like, hey, Michael, I know you don't know me, but I'm very well aware of your work. If as long as I have your word, you won't share this with anybody. I got some things I think that might pique your curiosity here. And then we formed a very good friendship. And then he was like, I was like, I don't ever go to those events. I've never been to one. I stay out the way. I'm off the radar usually. And he was like, yeah, if you're gonna go to one, that's the one to go to. That's the one. And I'm like, man, I don't have the fucking money, dude. Dude, you don't understand like how broke I've been. Like, you don't understand how much I've lost, how much of a shithole I've been in. And I was like, I don't even got the money for a fucking plane ticket, dude. Like, what? And throughout a bunch of different ways, Michael had helped me, and then other things happened to me that got me there, and things were starting to turn around for me. And I went there to meet Michael, and if it wasn't for Michael, I would have never went. Period. I would have never went. And so I know I needed to be there though, because of all the connections, this is super important. The movie just came out. I'm the evidence dude. It's like very talked about a lot more than I thought it would be. It's a primary piece of the film. And well, here's the guy. He's here. What the fuck? That's him right there. That guy is here. Yep, here I am, my dumbass. And to my surprise, somehow 90% of people already knew me somehow. Oh, you're the S4 Hanger Doors, dude. You're the door. Oh my God. I know you. I'm like, what? It was very humbling. It was very humbling because I didn't think that highly of it or of myself. Like I was like, yeah, I played a part in it, but everybody knew me and like held me at a high regard, it seemed. And I was like in the groups that nobody else could get into. Like I'm like sitting at the table with all like the big dogs, and I'm
Yeah.
like, other people are coming up asking for my autograph, and it's like, and I remember some girl came up and was like the most white girl, oblivious bird brain shit you ever seen in your life, and was like, how do you know everybody here? I was like, I don't know, man. I'm just here. He must be somebody. I'm like, no, I ain't nobody. I ain't nobody. But
So we
yeah, and
So I think it's really
continue.
important to get your project debuted at Contact in the Desert 2027. That would be really
Yeah,
important.
for sure. No, the thing is, that shit it should have been out like a month ago, but I got delayed for a multitude of reasons. But that should be out well before that. But if you're talking about like going over it live, like at a presentation style, I would love to fucking do that. That would be great. I actually asked Michael about that. I was like, can you do a presentation there? He was like, no, you got to be invited. They got to like set it up for you. I was like, you ever did one there? He was like, hell yeah, I done did a bunch of them there. I was like, okay, cool. So I did some Q&A at the last one. I answered a lot of questions privately. I fucking talked to a million people, asking a million questions and shit. Luigi talked about me. during the presentation, showed them a picture of all the shit, the movie screening, and it was a blast. It was great. I was very grateful to be there. I was very grateful to be there. A dude from Congress came up, and I was like, I didn't know what it was. He was like, "No, you know your work. Great job, man. Go look at Vandenberg Air Force Base for me." I was like, "Oh." I was like, "Okay." And that he walked off, and I was like, "Who that was?" And it was like, "Oh, that's the dude from Congress." I was like, "That's a dude from. Why'd you tell me? That's a dude from Congress coming up and saying he knew my man."
Yeah.
It was very surprising. Very
Well,
surprising.
let me do some digging to see how we can get you an invitation from Contact.
For
I'm
sure.
sure.
Like, I'd be absolutely honored to do a presentation, and you'll really see me turn my professional mode on. You see me being a dumbass right now, but I have a professional mode. I tend to act crazy and wild on stuff. That's on purpose. I can turn that off and be professional. I can. I promise you. I'll get a haircut and get my shit together. I promise.
Okay. Grant, do you have any questions?
Oh, I got a lot of questions.
Okay.
Go
Fire
ahead,
away.
fire 'em.
Okay, yeah, again, I'm pretty impressed. You're exactly the guy I would hire. I mean, you got the dedication and the chutzpah to, I think, pull this thing off. You talked about packets, so are they going to be like you got 9 or 10 segments? Are you doing them one at a time? Because you mentioned a couple, like Dennis Mariani. I mean, I was always fascinated with that. I would love that one. And
Absolutely.
you mentioned Dick D'Amato, who I studied quite
Oh
extensively
yeah.
because I first wrote
Hmm.
up Area 51 in 1990. We had to put out a book with the whole Bob Lazar story. And so I've been
My
following the
man.
story for a long time. I was following it as it was actually happening. And so
Hell yeah.
I'm familiar with the Mariani story and stuff. And it seems I'd be quite interested to see what a guy like you comes up with on these guys. You seem
Oh
to
yeah,
be,
man. So for sure. So specifically on the packs. So I had a little piece of artwork that showed all the different packs. I'll have to find it. I'll send it to y'all, or you can insert it in the video or
yeah,
whatever. So when I was making it, all of these puzzle pieces were coming together. And it was so many of them that I'm like, you can't just put all this out at once. You can't, it won't be able to be easily
yeah,
digestible. Like it will get cluttered. You're drinking from the fire hose. Like this is too much shit just for one category. So just the hanger doors alone. Like the thing that people have right now that you have, that's why it says part one of hanger doors pack. That's merely nothing except the photos, the basic ones. Like
uh,
there's the part two, which is all the analysis, all the hyper and
yeah,
fucking blown it up measurement, schematics, verification, this. And then now you have to go into the entry door. Okay, now you have to go into construction. You have to go into the sizes of door. Now you have to go into the bus tracks and how that links into it, how this correlates. How does the entry door interlock with the hallway and how the hallways interlock with the bays? And does this all line up? Where's this? How tall is the hill or the rise? How tall, how far, how many footsteps is it from the second you step out of the bus to walk up to the door? How long is that? What is the hill measure? What's the path? The little trail, human walkway trail path. How wide is that? All this stuff. You have to incorporate all that. The yucca trees, the vegetation. There's so, and now you got to go to the bus, and then now you got to go to the fucking topography, and now you got to go to the yeah. It just keeps going, and then eventually that brought me to people. I don't believe this, and that's why you'll see the hangar door open with what appears to be the sport model outside on the ground, right outside of the hangar,
Hmm.
caught in the process of either right after a test flight or right before. And it caught them in the middle of that. So the door is halfway open, just enough to clear the waveguide terminator. So probably 23 feet open since it's 16 foot tall, probably, just enough to clear it. Because you don't want to open that whole thing because now you have a big hole inside of the mountain. You want to open it just enough so you can get the disc out. So that's sitting there. You see what appears to be also two people standing right at the front right edge of the hangar, positioned in the correct orientation and size in relation to everything that Bob said and the movie, separate from each other. So if you go look at this and then look at the movie of the visual, you go, what the fuck? They're standing right where they're standing when they do a test flight. The disc is right where it's supposed to, it's the right size in correlation with the hangar open. There's the right amount of space, it's the right amount of width, it's the right color, it's the right shine, it's the right, you can see the fucking insulation ring. You can see all three ripples. You can see, and it just got really out of hand. And I really knew what I got there because when I showed that, it's game over. It's game over. So that shit, you see how technical and overwhelming this became for me. And then me trying to jumble all this with my life and all the bullshit going on here. So I had to figure out how to do this. So I'm going to do it. And the plan was in packets. So hanger door, pack. Entry door, pack.
Oh, perfect.
And then I'm going to do one video that kind of incorporates pieces of all of it, you know, and then if you want to deep dive, go get the pack. You get what I'm saying? So that is kind of correlating together. Grant, I'd be more than happy to show you some secret shit if you want. I'm sure you would like to see that. Just please do not share it. Please do not share it. But you were talking about Dennis Mariani or Dick D'Amato, right?
Yeah, Dick D'Amato.
Yeah, Dick D'Amato. So you know the story of Dick D'Amato, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I believe it was 94. He took a helicopter ride out there. He's the black budget string holder for the projects out there at Groom Lake Area 51, or was. I have a whole little section just for him because it's important for when people go back out there. It's important not to make the same mistakes he did if you want to see it. So the story is Dick D'Amato was going to go out there. I want to go to S4. I want to see if this Lazar story is true. So he goes to George Knapp. I believe I have to look at my notes. It's 94, I believe. And he goes, okay, so where is it at? And I have a whole realistic visual graphic set that you get to see in George's office. And it's George and Dick standing on looking at George's map on the wall he has in the office at KLAS or Channel 8. In his office, he has a map of the Nevada test site. And he's pointing at it. And he's going, I think it's here. And because George didn't know exactly, you know, I asked Bob to his face. I needed his help. I was like, can you, this is going to stay on track. Just stay with me. I asked Bob, talking to him face to face, or over the phone, can you help me find the entry door? You know, since I got the hanger, I know it's right here. Is there any pointers you can give me? Was there a bush to look for right here? How did it look? And he was a very little help. Bob couldn't tell me very much other than you're extremely accurate. You're right there, but it's too hard to tell you because I only saw it from the ground. You got to remember, I only saw it from the ground. I can't tell you exactly, but you're right there. And I'm like, okay, bet. Okay, we got that. We'll go. And then I did find it a month later. Got it. And so anyway, how that ties in is Bob didn't even really know exactly, you know, where things were. But I got it down to, I'm talking about pinpoint accuracy. I can throw a rock and hit any piece of it. I can literally bring you straight there and walk straight up to the door and knock on it. Not be like, oh, I think I can bring you straight to it right now. Right now. Any part of it. Anyway, Dick didn't know that. George didn't know that in 94. George, so he came in and George briefed him with the best guess, you know, at the map. It's supposed to be, and showed, you know, Papoose Lake, and it's supposed to be like right here. This is where Lazar says it's at, like right here.
Yeah.
How was the facility built? Specifically designed from the ground up to be camouflage, undetectable from aerial platforms. If you don't know, number one, specifically where it's at, how big it is in relation to the rise, you will miscalculate, because I saw for years, even I did it, people overestimate the size of the doors. They think that hillside is real small because on the pictures it looks small to trick you. That is a big ass rise, and those doors compared to that rise is very small. It's very small. And if you don't know exactly where to look, number one, it's camouflage, so you have vegetation, professional paint, all that shit on there, and they're slanted at a 35-degree angle that varies. So as the first door is 35 degrees, as they go in length, the doors will slowly start to change in degree because it's matching the natural continuation slope of the mountain. So it's more steep here. As they go down, it gets a little more, you know. So it's very it's perfect, man. It's great. They did a really good job. They did a fucking great job. And I have that in the project broken down, how they did it, and you get to see all of it broken down, and it's great. But anyway, if you don't know that, you don't know what you're looking for, you don't know the size of it, and you're not supposed to be there anyway, you've never been there, the helicopter pilot is also maybe compromised because Dick said on the way out there, it started snowing, a blizzard.
Yeah,
what, out of all days you choose to go do this, what are the fucking chances it starts a snowstorm in Nevada? And if you do, what's the fuck? And that's the day. Out of all days, that's the day. So now you have camouflage, and now you have a blizzard on top of it that you can barely see through the air, let alone the fucking ground. Yeah. And you don't know what you're looking for or where it's at in the first place. And now you have a helicopter pilot that said, I can't fly you. The conditions are too, no, can't do it. And he's like, you're bringing me there, or I'm about to shut all y'all down. You're bringing me there right now. And this dude said, I will show you straight from the transcripts of Bob's conversation between him and Gene at the table. This dude literally said, you're not going to find anything anyway.
Hmm.
Why would you say that? And why would you say that? And then the dude before him, I don't remember if it was a helicopter pilot or the guy before him, somebody said, you want to go to Papoose Lake? You must have been talking to Lazar, huh? How would he, what
Yeah.
the fuck? Why? He didn't say nothing about Bob Lazar or hangers or nothing. He said, you must have been talking to Lazar, huh? And
Yeah.
then somebody said, you ain't gonna find nothing anyway. Really? That's quite a bold statement to say there. Funny. That's almost as if something's there. Okay. Anyway, so they fly there, and I have a full graphic, realistic recreation you see of them going to S4 in the helicopter in a snowstorm, blizzard, accurate as possible from a first-person view of Dick looking out the window, and then a ground view of watching them. And then you literally see, and then I make a 2D graph or like diagram showing you the real, because I had to measure every single bit of topography of that rise, of that entire terrain. I had to measure the slant, the slope, the width, the height. I had the whole thing 3D measured. I had to. So the way that the doors are at a certain angle versus the top of the mountain, let's say it's a clear day. Let's say the doors are not camouflaged and you
Yeah.
know exactly where they are. I show from first person view, side 2D diagram view, and like just different views of it. Even if I was standing there, I know exactly where it's at. If I was standing where they apparently landed right on top of the bluff.
Okay.
Okay. Now,
Okay.
if you're standing on top of the rise, okay, you're sitting there as a fucking blizzard, everything else. Even if it wasn't, let's cut those variables out. If you're standing there and you're looking over the edge, trying to see the doors, where is this at? It is physically impossible to see the doors due to the shape and slant of the way the mountain curves and the way the doors are. It will block your and interrupt your field of vision or line of sight.
Okay.
The
Okay. I
mountain
understand.
obscures your vision to the door, not to mention they're already at a 35-degree angle. So the mountain is going to block your view seeing the doors, even if they were painted lime green. You still cannot see them from that position. It's about 800 feet away. So you do that, and then you add the snow, you add all this shit, not on top,
Yeah.
not knowing what the fuck you're even looking for. There's no chance you're going to find it. None, zero, absolutely zero, none, period. So now you take that from a guy that doesn't really know much about this anyway, doesn't know what he was looking for, a helicopter pilot is possibly compromised, you don't fucking know, and go back and go, I'm disappointed. I didn't find anything. I didn't see anything. No shit. No shit, you didn't find anything. Well, I did the Dick D'Amato pack because I just had this feeling in the back of my head one day that maybe I might have to brief somebody or something that might want to go out there in the future. If you want to go out there in the future, I will tell you exactly how to go, when to go, the time of day, where to land, how to look, every single thing, and I can make you walk straight up to the fucking front door, no questions asked, efficient as shit. There's no speculation. You're not about to fly around and look and give them time to fucking no. I can give you the whole guide, brief you to go there right then. It'd be great if somebody can include me on the helicopter. I won't even get out. Just
Well,
let me stay in the bitch, please.
Well, Burleson's going to all these different facilities. Do you think that?
Yeah, we're gonna see. Maybe this is my first time saying this publicly. I was gonna announce that eventually, but if somebody wants a briefing, hit me up. Hey, I'm here. I'm the fucking dude. I will tell you exactly where to go and where to find a craft that is
Well,
intact
if
right now, 2026. Right
Wow.
now.
Well, if Burleson's listening, we know where the door is, and
Hey man,
he's
I know
going to
where it's
these
at, dude. I'm telling you.
facilities, and even if they've moved the stuff, if you prove that
Here's the thing. I'll tell you one thing. Here's it. It's not moved. And I have proof of that.
it's what?
The
It
sport
has
model, or what seems to be that sport model, is still there. I'm not going to give the date away because I'll fuck myself until the pack comes out. I'm going to say after 2020,
Okay.
confirmed that disc is still in the same hangar today. They didn't move it. They didn't move. We all thought that. We all thought that.
The
Bob thought
Dugway,
it. I
yeah.
thought it myself years ago. Like, why? Yeah, that's too much attention going. They need to move that shit, right? And then
Yeah.
the rumors of it got moved to Dugway. It got moved to here. Bob, even though they moved it, I'd move it to the South Atlantic, whatever the fuck he said. It's too much attention. And then people stopped seeing the test flights after about 91, 92 at the black mailbox. People didn't see anything at the same times anymore. So it was assumed that they moved it. Well, we have confirmation that at least within the last 5 years, it's not moved. It's still in the same hangar because if you think about it, where are you going to move it to? For what? That is a multi-million-dollar facility in the most secure place on fucking Earth. There is no reason to move it. You can make rumors you moved it. There's no reason to. It's in the perfect spot.
Yeah.
It is secure.
If
Ain't
you,
nobody coming to get that shit. Ain't
yeah.
nobody even gonna dare. The only person that even got close was Jerry Freeman, and that was in 1997. He's the only guy that has ever got on Papoose Lake, a civilian, and got there on foot and took a ground level photo
Oh, yeah.
on Papoose Lake in 1997, a 100-mile hike in
Yeah.
there and
Wow.
out of there. And
Wow.
he hid during the day and hiked at night, 100 miles. And he didn't, here's the thing, he didn't know shit about Bob Lazar, fucking S4. He didn't know nothing about none of that over there while he's doing this. And he's 49ers that's supposed to be in Nye Canyon near the Papoose Lake area. I believe it's 1849 was the inscription. I have his photo of it that he took. He found it. So he went in there to get that photo or to find the inscription from, I guess, like gold miners or some shit. I
Yeah.
don't know too much about the who the Lost 49ers were. I think it's gold people that had split in the desert to try to survive. Anyway, there was an inscription, one of the last ones that nobody ever found. His goal was to go in there and find it, and it just so happened to be within the Nevada test site by Papoose Lake. And he asked for permission for years, got denied. Fuck no, you're not going in there. You can blindfold me, you can do anything. Fuck no. Not no, but fuck no, you ain't going. Sorry, you're not going in there. So he said, I'm going anyway. Fuck you. And he went anyway. And so he got there, and I have the date, I have the time, I have the full, his own words, his words, describing what he saw that night in 1997. I have the date. It was on a Saturday. I have every single detail because as much work as I put into the Bob Lazar story, nobody had ever did that for Jerry Freeman's story. And he died. He died. He ran into a radiation pocket
Yeah.
and slept in a radiation pocket by Frenchman Flats, and he died 2 years later from that hike. He didn't know he ran into a pocket. I have the exact pocket, his trail each day, his diary, everything that he was writing every day as he went along. And on the day he got to Papoose Lake, I have the note there, it's blanking at the second, but I have recreations of the visuals and everything. He took the first picture ever of being on Papoose Lake, and I have a AI picture of me standing beside him, like at Papoose Lake with him. And right behind him, I took his words from what he saw that night. He said at that night he was waiting for his phone had died, all his shit died. He's about to run out of water and everything. So he was going to wait till about midnight to leave and use the moonlight to get back out and look at the Department of Energy tower to go out. And he said that night, as he was hiding across from Papoose Lake, about 2-3 miles, roughly hiding in the little mountain, little berms there they got on the west side, southwest, two vehicles come down at night around 8 to 10 p.m. Two vehicles. And they stop. Here's very important. People say this wrongly. They describe this incorrectly. Even George Knapp is describing this and saying this incorrectly and inaccurately. I have his actual words from his mouth of him. This is not me. This is his quote. This is not me like trying to spin one on you. Like
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
telling you, I'm going to provide all of this. He said, I seemed to be two vehicles come down from the left side. I guess you're looking from that main road the bus took, and a light opened up at an angle toward the center of the lake bed on the mountainous side of Papoose. Where is that? Now, if we look at the center of the lake bed on the mountainous side, that's walking down right to where S4 is. And he said, I saw a light open at an angle as if he learned about the story later, and he wrote, as if a hangar door would. He said, I saw a light open at an angle people do things and then leave. He didn't see a disc, he didn't see a test flight, nothing. And this is in 97, verifying activity at a location that he did not know was even there. He didn't even know what the fuck he was looking at. And he's like probably 2, 3 miles away in the dark. And he's seeing this and he's like, what the fuck is going on? The light opened at an angle, as if a hangar door would. He said, I don't profess to know what that was. I have no idea what it was. Learned about the story later. He was like, you know what? You said hangar door open, like, you know what? That makes sense with what I saw. That's what, bro, that if you said that, that matches with what I saw. It opened at angle for about 20 minutes. And if you look at the test flights of all the test flight data, they're about 20 to 30 minutes. But there was no test flight this time because they had switched the test flights to the daytime. The schedule had rotated. I have the new test flight schedule, the new one. So if you want to go see a test flight today, I can bring you at the right time.
There you go.
So they're still going on there, just a lot more carefully, and just it's a lot more protocols that go on. So he saw that. That's verification of activity at that facility that Bob Lazar described in 1997, proving that there was still activity going on, and also proving that, so if there's activity going on and they didn't move everything, shit's not like people said, oh, it's covered up with dirt now. The remnants of it might still be. No, that shit's still going on today inside of there. I don't know everything that's going on in there. Obviously, I can't verify that. But from all the suicidal research that I've done here and correlating data and correlating stories and information, I can tell you with a very high level of confidence that that facility is still there right now. It's real, exactly as he described it. And there is what seems to be the same type of object in the first hangar that he described, matching his exact description as in up to the 2020s. And I have proof of all of that. So that I will be releasing.
I'm surprised you haven't got a big deal yet, or somebody's come up to. I've got some contacts. I'll make some contacts, and you're willing to lecture, right? So I've got some places where.
Hell yeah! Come on with it.
Okay.
Yay, Grant! Please.
Yeah, because I mean,
I'll do whatever.
you seem to have a lot of data that because I've known this story since it started, and all the sort of ins and outs and stuff like that. And you seem to, especially when you mentioned Dick D'Amato, that's a story that a lot of people really don't know.
How many times I've heard that? Like, how did you get this? I've studied this for 30 years. And people say that. Yeah. Very interested. I would be too. And I'm happy to provide and prove every single thing I'm saying. I can back up every single fucking thing I'm saying, show you the raw source data, every single fucking thing I'm saying. I'm not speculating. I'm telling you, I have it all. I'll give it to you. I can't prove the story, but I can prove that that facility is absolutely there. That is a real place.
When is the inception of Area 51? Does anybody know?
About 53, I think.
What do you mean?
1953?
What, when they created it? Yeah, it's in the 50s sometimes.
Yeah, early 50s.
And so one part of the pack that I'm really trying to still narrow down is there's not that many satellite photos of S4 around that era. So I have every single satellite piece of satellite data that I could get. I've been doing for years from different companies. You know, not just, you don't just use one. You don't use one, because here's the thing that I learned is that every different company you get, you have a new chance of striking gold.
That's right.
Because they're capturing it at different times. And I have already proven that they are doing test flights actively. So I have the door open, the door shut, and they're still doing it. And it caught them with their pants down. So we have the Russian satellite photo in 1988 with the disc in the air, and it literally matches the disc that's outside the hangar on the ground in 2020. You align those, you reverse triangulate from the black mailbox, draw a line in that direction, go straight over to where these objects are coming from and returning to, and all the black mailbox test flight videos. You line them all up and get the ridge mountain shape, the peaks, all of that. And you go reverse triangulate it. That on the other side of that, where those objects are coming up and going back down from, and all the videos, is exactly where S4 and Papoose Lake is. Funny. Huh, that's weird. And then you look at the thing with the door open and the disc outside, and then you draw a straight line up, and then look from Jerry's photo, and use Jerry's photo, and look at both sides of the mountain range, and align the same peaks. These three here from this side, these three here from this side, draw a line of sight. Okay, that's if you're at the black mailbox, you should be able to see in this cone of view from that side. When they come up, oh, that's funny. They happen to be within that cone. That's funny. Oh, if you draw a straight line straight from the door up, that's exactly where they're aligning on the black mailbox videos. funny just how all this data somehow correlates, and
Yeah.
it's funny how it just all Hey, but I guess it's all bullshit though. He's a lying piece of shit. He's a fraud, hoaxer. Whatever. It's all fake. I don't know. Hey, this is all fake. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm fake. I don't know. Yeah.
Back to Dick D'Amato, did you follow up the story that he met with the EG&G official
You
to
talking
get,
about Alfred O'Donnell or whatever?
yeah, did you,
Yeah, but I anything. So here's where I stop. Here's where I stop. So my project and my work is specifically centered and focused around the exterior and physical proof that is tangible of the S4 facility.
S4?
Anything that's starting to wander off into stories or third-hand information or something I can't physically prove, I try to stay away from. I will include it if it has its spot. But if it's like, oh well, so and so said he da da da, it's like, okay, well, do I got anything to go with that? Do I got something to go with it? I'm not dismissing it by any. No, I just need something for my project specifically. If I'm going to include it in the project, I need something to go with it. But are you saying if I follow it up personally? Yes, hell yeah. Yeah. There's so much I'm not
Well,
including
where
because
did you hear the story that he had met with O'Donnell? Because that's the key part of
initially
this.
from George. Initially from George.
Okay, so that's pretty good contact. But anyway, so you get into the live alien thing and all that, but that gets you off your
Yep.
project.
Yep.
I understand.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. So see there, like I would love to include that, but then now it's not physical, like evident. Like I can't verify the inside
okay, I'll talk to you off the record
and the
on that
outside.
later.
It will kind of start to discredit. Yeah, no, if you want my opinion on it, that's there. If you're asking for my personal opinion on that stuff, sure. But I'm going to make clear that that's my opinion of the project.
Yeah, yeah.
So feel free. I'll answer any opinions in my personal shit. Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
no. I'll talk to you about that offline, which you may be interested in. But anyway,
For
um,
sure. Yep,
so
absolutely.
the other question I had was the nine hangar doors. Is there one door or is there nine doors?
9?
It is 9 doors. There is
Okay,
9 hangars, and there is an entrance door. There's 9 hangar doors
okay,
that are about they each so the first one you see in the image, the first one that held the sport model is, for some reason, Bob said this too, for some reason it's slightly bigger, like by about 10, 20 feet bigger. It's just a little bigger than the other ones.
okay,
We don't know why they called that the big hangar. He heard Dennis and them refer to it as the big hangar. When you look at it on all the shit, you measure it, it is a little wider than the rest of the bays. Don't know why, whatever it was built for, maybe it held a bigger craft at the time, whatever. But the sport model is about 52.8 feet in diameter. So the bay itself, the big hangar bay, is close to 100 feet wide, and it's about 40 feet tall of that bay. And then the rest of the bays, the correlating bays here, are somewhere in that number, probably 80 feet, but they're all about 40. But the degree of slope or the angle varies slightly as they go down. So the first one, though, is at the most radical angle. So there's 9 bays, and then there's the single steel camouflaged entrance, the main primary entrance of the facility on the south facing side, of the ridge line. So there's the hangar doors, and then there's like a ridge line extension. So there's just like a little part of the mountain that sticks out, and you have to drive around that. And then you get in this little bowl, and then that's where the bus would turn around and drop the personnel off and leave. And in that little bowl, I show the entry door, I show all of this. You walk up this little trail. It's like a little trail. It's like a little human walkway trail. It's about like less than 50 feet. It's like 40 something feet to the door from the moment you step out of the bus to walk up the little trail and then go to the steel single door. People have said this in the past. I asked Bob to his face. I have it recorded. I don't think I'll be able to show it, but me asking him, is this right? Is this right? Is it? Nope, nope, nope. So you're confirming this is not, the entrance is not a double door. Nope, it's a single steel security door that is camouflaged within the ridge. It's like a flat facing wall, which is, now that I actually understand the interior, that's part of the room. That's part of the room on the inside. That's why that wall is flat right there. So it's the flat part and then the door within that little flat spot. And it's got these little ridge, I call them like V's. It's just like dirt, kind of like the mounds extension of where it looked. Bob said in the book, it looked like a shovel just scooped out a little part of the ridge line there. It's like a little pocket up the ridge line. It's like a shovel went scoop, and the doors within that. You go in the door. Now you have the entrance guard check-in table. You go through that. You have the hand scanner check-in, and then now you see the hallway. Hallway goes straight down, and then you have the propulsion lab. You have your hallway to the right going to the nurse station, and then after the propulsion lab, you have your bays, and all of that shows in the project the construction, like a cutaway, showing you how all of it connects together perfectly, and all the physical construction all aligns perfectly, even overlaid with his old sketches. We go through all of his old sketches, we digitalize them and made them super HD, and then we do comparisons of the everything, and everything matches his sketches. Everything. That's funny, just how all this shit lines up. It's just funny.
Well, what's your background? And you saw, are you one of these kids that learned all this stuff through computers? Because you got all this, expertise on digitalization, where to get satellite photos. This, I know this is a lot of work. You got to have some sort of background in terms of being able to do this kind of stuff.
Well, kind of, I guess. So I went through a lot of trauma as a kid. I didn't really get to go to. I didn't get to go to college. I didn't get to go to. I didn't even get to graduate school. Like I got a very. I'm not going to say any specifying identifiable markers for people to reverse dox me, even though you're not gonna find shit. Like what the fuck? I don't care if you do. What you gonna do? Nothing.
Yeah, that's right.
You're gonna die. That's what's gonna happen. But anyway, anyway, so no, I ran an art business. Starting in my early teens, I ran a graphic art business. So I did development for like web design. I did album covers. I did like all kind of artwork or graphics you could think of, and that helped me later on in life. That sure helped. Yep. So I learned how to do that: video editing, cinematography, did music videos, all that type of shit. And then I was a defensive firearms tactics teacher. So I taught gunfighting. I taught firearms and defensive, justifiable use of deadly force. So I taught all that shit, and then music and just different shit like that. But then I guess, and I'm obsessive as shit in details. So, and I'm retarded. That's a big thing. I'm retarded, so that really helped. Yeah.
You're not retarded.
So anyway,
yeah, it's pretty impressive.
I appreciate it.
It's a lot of stuff that you got to put together. It's not just one thing like digital photographs and stuff like that. You got all these components you have to put together, and that's very impressive.
Absolutely. Yep. I'm glad that you can see and you can pick up on how many parts of this puzzle it is together to get it to go, and how much shit you have to do to verify something, because you cannot just depend on one photo. This is not me finding something in somebody else's photo and be like, oh, here it is. That's it. Oh, hey, the Scott Mitchell guy, all he did was find something in somebody else's photo. No, no. If anybody could have did that, there was so much work that went into this shit. So much different types of verification. And what people keep, I need to say, I heard Jeremy Corbell say this in an interview the other day. You cannot rely, and what I am also saying, you cannot rely or depend merely on one image, one piece of something. You have to look at the whole picture. You have to look at all of this in correlation together. You don't just look at one thing. There will never be one perfectly amazing UFO photo that is the disclosure. That's S4 based off this one photo. If you know all the other shit that I know, you could look at that photo if you knew all the other stuff and go, absolutely. But to your average person that don't know all that, that's a photo, a grainy, noisy photo, and they think they see shapes in it, and they can dismiss it easily because they don't understand all the other stuff. Yeah. So to your average person, that's not shit. Not understanding how insanely amazing and significant that photo alone is. But when you pair that with all the analysis and the topography correlation and all this other verification methods and all this other shit, and it's all aligning and it's all matching and it's physically proven, that's not like, you think we didn't do that? You think we didn't quamillion duple test this to make sure it wasn't pixelation, artifacting, fucking some type of artifact or anomaly in the image? You think a fucking blur or something appearing to be something that it's not? You think you think I didn't do that for 5 fucking years? They did the film. I focused only on this for 5 years. This whole project, bro. Like, if I'm telling you something is what it is what it is. You don't have to trust me because I provide in the project all the raw source data. Go do it your fucking self. Don't trust me. This is what it is. This ain't my opinion. If you don't believe me, go do it yourself. Don't trust me. Go do it yourself. So it's cool when you see all these pieces of the puzzle aligned together.
But even when you do all the work you do, you still got these 10% of people who've got the answer and they're sitting on Twitter and they can tell you what you got wrong.
Mhm.
You can do as much work as you
Absolutely.
want, and
And
you're
here's the
still
thing,
not going
though.
to
That's
convince people.
important. Believe it or not, that's important. It's important. Those people are important. All the debunkers and skeptics and people shit talking and people that don't know what they're talking about, they're important. Unlike other people, I don't disregard them. I have a whole folder. I probably gonna, if you go look at my trailer for the project, it's a bunch of shit talkers and debunkers in the trailer from my project. It's out and there's nothing. Papoose like there ain't shit there. There's nothing there. Da da da. And little like I'm literally about to embarrass the fuck out of you. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, I have made a compilation and collected all anytime somebody uploads a new post on Reddit or a video on YouTube of something of shit talking S4 or trying to debunk it or say it's not there or some shit, I save it. I save it. I timestamp it. Any post on Reddit, I download the entire page. If it's something shit talking S4 or anything like that, I save the entire post page and I screenshot certain comments and certain headings, and I have a collection of them, and I call it S4 the Debunker Pack. And that's all this shit of, and it shows you a pattern of how people think, what people assume,
Yeah.
what people are getting wrong. I have a whole little like chart you see of where people have falsely claimed S4 is. It's like common and misinterpreted,
Yeah.
incorrect S4 found locations. This ain't S4. You fucking wrong. Here's an example. You typed in on the internet. This is what people think S4 is. Wrong, 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 wrong. And I show you why. And there was videos going around going, just this in. S4 has been found. Guys, S4 is real. This guy has found it. And it's not even nowhere motherfucking close. I'm talking about this shit ain't even nowhere on a different goddamn planet. Like, what is you talking about, bro? No, stop. Like, no, you're wrong. That's not where Bob said it is. Bitch, this is Bob telling me to my face this is where it is. Like, what are you talking about? But
So
yeah,
why is it
I'm
called
a little rough
S4?
with it.
Why is it called S4?
Well, they have different sections. S1,
Yeah,
S2,
just different
S3,
sites, I
S4.
guess. Site one, site two, site three. It's like box gridded. I guess that's why they call it
Yeah,
51 because it's in
yeah, they
it's like
put it in boxes.
area 1, 2, 3. 51 was where the cool stuff was happening, and then a little small section of 51, I guess, broken in smaller parts, right, Grant? Site 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And each one, like
For sure.
each site has its own S, there's a bunch of
Yeah.
S4s. There's what, four of them or whatever,
Yeah,
right?
there's I think there's four, I think there's 3 or 4 in the total Nevada test site.
Yeah.
And that's another thing, people try to go, oh, S4, he's just saying it was this. The real S4 is Tonopah. No, it's
Mhm.
not.
Yeah.
Not this. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
There's a video, it's also in my trailer. You see Jeremy Corbell asking the CIA people from the officials, senior Area 51 officials from CIA, have you ever heard of an S4 facility? Does an S4 facility exist or existed within Area 51 complex? And literally the entire time answering questions, they were fine. When he asked that question, you see both of them, oh shit, lean over and start whispering to each other. And then he comes back with, I'm sorry, I'm not aware of that. And then I turned the audio all the way up and I like really listened to
Yeah.
see what they were saying. And it's saying something about refer to Tonopah. Just if there's, hey, say that's bullshit. Say it's Tonopah. Refer to Tonopah. If there's say Tonopah. That's safe. Say Tonopah.
Yeah.
That's for Tonopah. Yeah, that's No, no.
Okay, two last questions. Simple. I talked to Luigi, and well, of course, I've talked about a lot of people over the years. A couple questions I'd like
Yep.
your expert opinion on. How many
Yes.
times did Bob go to the site? You said you
I
had
have it
that.
wrote down. I think it's. I'm trying to pin that down. It's either 6 or 7. It's
Okay.
6 or 7. It's under 7 for sure. Under 7, 100%.
Okay. And did he actually get fired? Did he actually get?
Well, this is kind of like a breakup with a girlfriend. Kind of how that was. That turned real bad. So he was having an affair. Well, his phones were being monitored.
Yeah.
Tracy, you're not telling your girl or your spouse where you're going, and you're leaving at night nonstop. You're leaving on this weird schedule. You're not on a consistent work schedule, and you're not saying where the fuck you're going. Like, bro, like anybody would start to get kind of suspicious a little bit.
Yeah.
They're monitoring the phones. Tracy does not know that. As that happens, she starts cheating on Bob with the flight instructor that he just paid for her to get flying lessons from.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, I'm a refrain, in case I ever talk to Tracy. I'm going to refrain. But yeah, she starts cheating on Bob. They hear that over the phone. So he's going there. And then one day he just stops getting calls to work. And he's like, why the fuck is Venice not answering my phone call? They're not calling me. What? Huh? And then cars start following him around. Weird shit starts happening, like happened to me. A lot of weird shit, a lot more than cars following you around. But he started to get a little scared. And they're not like, what the fuck? They're not just gonna let me go get a new job knowing what I know. Like, oh, that's it. We're done. I could just go leave now and say whatever I want. No. So he got scared and was like, let me go. Hey, y'all know that job I was telling you about? I'm not bullshitting. I know you're not gonna believe me. Let me show you something. I know you're not gonna believe me if I tell you. I know a scheduled test flight of this. I'll show you. Literally, I'll bring you out there, and in 5 minutes, you're gonna see a disc come above that mountain.
Yeah.
It comes above the mountain. It does everything that he said. Okay, they do that 2 or 3 times, 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
And last time got kind of complacent, cocky, too comfortable,
got caught
and get caught. And then the guards see them and they go to run their names over the radio. And when they run the names over the radio, they have a log of the employees there. And when it got to Bob, when it said Bob Lazar, for some reason, they said, let him go. Just let them all go. Let them go right now. Because they knew that that was somebody working there. It's on the sheet. It's on the whatever. Let them go. And then that immediately got ran up the chain. These guys were caught out here. An employee that works here was caught out here last night doing something at this time. I'm just letting you know. Oh, really? Hey, Bob, we ain't going to work today. I'll be at your house in just a minute. And then Dennis pulls up. And then they go to, I believe it was White Springs, something Springs.
Indian
Air
Springs.
Force Base.
Indian Springs, yeah.
Yeah, Indian Springs. Yep, Indian Springs. And then that proceeds to be, he said, the most scary and most someone could do to you without hurting you. So I'm talking about screaming in your motherfucking face this far from your nose, dude spitting in your goddamn face while he's fucking screaming at you, dudes poking ARs in your fucking side and shit. Like, yeah, that. And then he's like, we didn't call you in for work, dumb shit. No wonder we didn't call you. You want to know why we didn't call you in? Your wife's fucking somebody, dumbass. Look right here. Here's her sucking some other dude's dick. Here you go. Here's your transcripts, dummy. Right here. This is why we ain't calling you.
Yeah.
And so that made him a candidate for emotional instability. So that goes sour. And now you're scared. They're sitting there saying they could kill you, throw you out in the desert, whatever the fuck. That goes bad in a hurry. So he said they let him leave. And he said, I don't know why they let me leave, but he said, I got the feeling that they didn't even know what to do with me. They didn't even know how to respond to this. So he took that and I guess went to the house, went to John Lear, scared to death, spent the night on the fucking couch. And John was like, you need to go tell somebody. So they like, so now if you end up missing, like they won't touch you, like, or it'll look really suspicious. Go tell your story, be known. And I'm also glad I'm doing this with you, because it needs to happen with me because I'm the evidence guy and nobody knew who the fuck I was. So I'm really easy to get rid of. So same thing working here. So he goes and goes on the news with George Knapp in 1989. I believe it was May 15th. And then they put a pseudonym, Dennis, which intentionally or unintentionally was a fuck you and disrespect as fuck. And then as soon as he got back to the house, phone ring is Dennis. County. They saw. You think they didn't see that shit? Literally just said, do you have any idea what we're gonna do to you now?
Yeah.
No. What? And yep. So there goes that. So I kind of know a little bit about that feeling. I know something like that, and I might be able to talk about it soon. And I'll just say this: I don't care what people believe. This shit is for fucking real. I have endured and suffered real life consequences. This is for fun.
Okay, which leads to a question. You're
I
breaking
don't care
up
what
there.
you believe. Do what? I didn't hear you.
You're kind of breaking up, so I didn't get that last part.
Yeah, what did you say?
That's appropriate. That's appropriate for what I was saying, right? See? Start breaking up at the sensitive part. No, I was saying, which part did I get cut off on?
Well, just the last 3 seconds.
I suffered real life consequences from this. I don't care what people believe. This is for real. There are real consequences behind this, especially. That's why I said in my trailer, if you go look at one of them, They don't care what you say anymore. They only care what you can prove. Because everybody can say this shit, but you ain't got nothing to prove it. We don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
You got
yeah,
something to prove? Hold up. Hold up. That's a little different.
yeah,
So I'm the guy that could prove all that, and nobody really knew who I was. So, but I got the feeling that they didn't want to just kill me. I don't think they're going to take that approach like that. They're not going to. They're doing more of harassment, surveillance, intimidation,
yeah,
implant fear, and monitor you to make sure they know what you got and what you're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I'm very aware of all the shit, like the computer suddenly wiping and losing all my shit, or so I have everything placed in different spots on a million USBs, on a million clouds, with dead man switches of people in place, um,
yeah,
all that shit.
yeah,
Because this is real, and I think if that wasn't in place, y'all might not even be talking to me
yeah.
because physical, real life threats and attempts have been done to my life, and I can prove everything I'm saying. And this started right after me and Luigi made the decision to put it in the film. Like after we really like we're like we're gonna put this in. We really started talking. Like it every time. So I disappeared for a while, and I only talked to Luigi every now and then. I didn't talk to nobody else on my social media. Period. Nobody. I was a fucking ghost, trying to protect myself.
So
And
whose phone is tapped?
Oh, everybody. Well, they can tap, they can pull any
Yeah,
phone.
my
anyone's
phone,
phone.
well, it started from Bob. It started from Bob because they're listening to Bob. And
Sure.
whoever now who is talking to Bob, and a spider web starts.
Yeah.
So Bob, Luigi starts talking to me. Oh, this guy's got evidence that's talking to Luigi. Okay, boom, Luigi, me, and I don't really fuck with nobody. I'm pretty much alone usually. So me definitely monitoring me now because the evidence, and I have proof of that in anybody around me. And that's what they said. If they can't get to you, they'll get to everybody around you.
Around you, yeah.
Yeah.
So if they ain't gotta kill them, they'll just make your life so fucking inconvenient, or make everybody's life around you so inconvenient that
Yeah.
you're just like isolated and done. So my like so many things happened that I started to keep a list. I had to start writing this shit down because it would happen so much, and I was like, I gotta write the times, the dates, everything, and then all my social media. I talked to Luigi one time, and this was like right after I had come back from being ghost. He needed to tell me something. And right after that phone call, all of my social media was banned. And I have all of the proof, screenshots, dates, separate social media that is not connected to each other. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Snapchat, everything banned, banned, banned. I log on my, touch my phone. I ain't talked to nobody. I ain't violated no terms of service. I ain't did shit. And the only person I talked to was Luigi. And he literally told me, hey, yeah, you might want to, people's going to want to kill you and me for this. So just get ready. And I was like, no shit. So I had to like sign documents and lawyer shit. And we had to like really like back this thing up. And,
So,
huh?
yeah, don't you think you're more protected having stuff public is if they find out, say,
Yeah.
this cockroach from Mississippi's got this stuff and you haven't told anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, then it's like today
There you
the
go.
colonel fell out a window in
Yep.
Russia again. It's
What I
like
just
if
said.
they want you
Yep.
dead, then you're dead in a couple of minutes. But it's
100%.
just like the
100%.
same as
And
Bob when they had the Uzi when they had his put the Uzi on the front seat of the car and
oh yeah.
stuff like that. You know, where they're just trying to
Oh
rattle
yeah.
you.
Oh yeah. If you can get my emphasis.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that I don't know if I should say this because I hate I don't know if I should I'll remove the name so that way it because I don't know if they want this out yet and I don't know how much of this I should say. But one big thing that really turned the turning point for me was like I need to 100% lock on this ain't no fucking joke. Is when somebody told me that the CIA had just approached them in person and said something along the lines of I'm paraphrasing. I'm giving you a rough. I'm not quoting. I'm trying to be vague on purpose.
Yeah.
You better shut the fuck up and somebody else. Um, and this happened at the same exact time that two black cars on the interstate on the 4th of July, right after all my social media got banned, right after that, we're on the interstate. It's 4th of July last year. The girl I was with, ex-girlfriend, We're going down the interstate, and it comes to a part where there's no cameras, there's no nothing, and it's a curve, and there's no traffic, there's no nothing. It's a big ass curve on the interstate. It's this perfect, now I think about it, perfect spot. It's like a fucking 50-foot drop off.
Wow.
And at this time, I don't know, keep in mind, I don't know about what I just told you.
Yeah.
So this is how, and two, I look at her as we're going on there. So there's no cars. Now this is about 12 p.m. in the afternoon, just like midday. There's no cars, no nothing. And we're on the interstate. Remember Charleston Boulevard and Bob's story that happened right when he was about to go on the interstate. I just think it's funny. And then I said, I looked over at her. I don't know why. I said, I don't know why, but I got a weird feeling something's about to happen. And she don't never say nothing about, she don't never say shit. She didn't never say shit. And she looked over at me and said, you know what? I do too. And not even 60 seconds later, when she said that, I got chills because I was like, this bitch don't ever say nothing. Like, she don't ever say nothing. I am on my phone, I'm in the passenger seat, and we're going around this curve, big ass, steep, sharp curve, like 80 miles an hour. And this car comes up, tinted windows, and I look up, smashes us fucking perfectly. I'm talking about the most professional smash, side swipe thing I've ever seen. Like you can see it I'm talking about professional driver. Right at the part of the curve, I have it broke down like a little thing I'll release maybe showing the exact spot, how it happened, everything.
Yeah.
And tried to get us to flip over the fucking thing.
Wow.
And then there was another car with it, another black car that almost after we went off the ledge, so we go up off the fucking, the little divider thing. It's just like a 50-foot fucking drop off.
Yeah.
And we hit that, we're about to fucking flip over it. Literally, fucking cars destroyed, fucking flip it, going 80 miles an hour. It almost goes over the edge. Somehow we get back it fell back on the road barely. And then we fucking are going, the wheels are smashing and smash into the fucking barricade again. And going probably like another 500, 700 feet, something, I don't know. Slides and it stops and smashes against the thing again. And now we're at a dead stop. And these two cars are right in front of us. They stop together in the road. Like they were looking or carrying, but I realized then, and then they both look back and then speed off together, dart at the same time. Oh. Like they were working together. Yeah. Dart at the same time, boom, I'm talking about gas, pedal to the floor. Like, is the job done? No? Fuck, go. Wow. And then I call somebody, and somebody proceeds to tell me, you're not gonna fucking believe what just happened. The CIA just came up to me in person. I said, that just happened at the same time. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, it's a wake-up call.
And then that started a series of events that, yeah, we'll just stop talking. Y'all can believe me if you want to. I don't give a fuck what you believe. I am telling you this is what happened to me.
I've been in the business. I've been in the business.
I don't care what you believe. I'm living this shit. I'm not, this is for real.
Wow. See, this makes me angry that they use harassment, intimidation, death threats, to classify reality.
I think it's just an intimidation thing. Because they know if they just like wipe the computer or like whatever, it's still gonna happen anyway. It's gonna push me to do it. So I think the best tactic would be, if you were them, what would you do? Pay attention, keep surveillance, keep tabs, know what they're doing, be prepared for it, see what you can do, just pay attention to it. Don't do something like that. I mean, they do it in such a way, like that Amy girl said, they'll do it in such a way to you, tailored to you specifically, to where if you were to tell someone, it seems like you're crazy. They do that shit on perfect tailored. This ain't just like bird brain dumb harassment. This shit is very like intelligently thought out. Mm-hmm. And they do it for certain reasons to get certain results. And I don't know why or what, but so I started making sure that it was known. Me, I guess. Yeah. So, and what would happen, I have a whole list and logs of when shit started, of what would happen every time all the shit got banned. And then I am at such a bad point because all of our bank accounts get locked. Can't access money. All of a sudden, when the fucking social medias get banned, all of my shit gets banned and locked. Don't know why. Then her shit, not connected to me, the next week, all banned and locked. Bank accounts locked. We have no money. Have nothing. You see how they could do little shit just to fuck you up? Same thing happened. I'm not gonna say who else this all happened to. I can't say. I want to say that so bad, and this will all start making sense. Yeah. But this was happening to other people at the same time that were involved,
Yeah.
And this is real. This ain't just like a unique, this is happening to other people at the same time, simultaneously at the same time. Okay,
Mhm.
so this is for fucking real. And so phones are being tapped, all this other shit. And then so I go to donate blood to like, hey man, we need money. Like we ain't got shit. Like we fucking broke, bro. Like I have nothing. Like we already had nothing to begin with, but like holy shit. And now my social security number doesn't come back to a person anymore.
Mm.
The lady literally they're like, we have a problem, like your social's not you give me the right social. I'm like, bro, look, literally here the fuck it is. Like, bro, like here's all my shit. Like, what are you talking about? I'm watching her do it, and then like three other people come up that work there. It's like, oh, what the fuck? I never seen that before. It's like some alert or something.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, what the fuck? And I thought of what Bob said back then. I was like, ain't no fucking way. I said, can you show me what it's saying? She's like, I can't show you. I'm not supposed to turn. And she was like, and then turn the monitor around for me. And I'm like, it says in big ass red letters, like this social security number does not come back to an existing person. And I'm
Mm.
like, and I go to take my phone and take a picture of it, obviously, because I want proof, because I know I might have to tell this to somebody one day, and they're gonna go, yeah, right, let me see. And she goes, oh fuck no, I can't, don't take a picture of this. Like fuck. So I thought that was funny because I remember what Bob said about birth certificates and
Yeah, yeah.
fucking social. I just thought it was funny, just the correlation, because I'm the evidence guy. And then it's
Yeah.
almost happening like a one for one on the interstate, social security number, this type of shit, this different shit. I think that was funny. I don't know if it was just coincidence it happened that way or what, but I think it's funny. And then another thing I was hesitant to tell people this shit is because it's almost like it's too good to be true. Like it's like you try to tell somebody this shit. You got all this evidence and all. It's just life. You think about life is fucking crazy, man. Like these synchronicities and shit that are lining up is just so weird. What is the chances that the evidence, like best evidence ever, got
Yeah.
with the best film ever, and they met, and then they merged,
Yeah.
and then they worked together, and
Yeah.
then that came out, and then all these same things happened to Bob were happening to me. His middle name is Scott. My first name is Scott. Just all this weird little, just stupid shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Synchronicity.
don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't. I just work here, man. That's all.
So, Scott, who did you bank with at the time when your account froze? Or
I don't think I should say that out loud.
oh, okay,
I could tell you. I could tell you though. Yeah.
okay,
Yeah. Now, we asked, and it was like they couldn't give you a reason. Like the lady was just like security something. She was the one talking to him on the phone. I wasn't talking. I don't talk bank. I don't talk bank. The fuck. I don't talk money. I'm like, yeah, I can do stuff with the money. I don't. Yeah.
That's Cindy's expertise.
Yeah. Yeah. That's for
well,
somebody else, not me.
well, I'm just trying to understand.
Well, I would say here that somebody who knows Burleson should give him a call and he should look into you and your evidence. And because that's what he says. I want to know where to go. I want exactly
Is that what
this
he
kind of
said?
stuff. And if he hears there's people, because they can get the FBI, they're already investigating the 13 people that are dead and stuff. That's all being investigated. So to me, they should add you
Oh,
to the list.
motherfucker. I got something for him then. If that's what he's saying, I might
Yeah.
know a guy.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. I mean, they're trying to get to the bottom of it, and they're trying to get the exact details as to where to go and what to do.
Well,
And people are saying,
luckily,
well,
like I thought about it for a while, and I was like, am I being arrogant? Am I being like stuck, like toot my own horn? No, and I thought about it. I was like, you know what? What if one day these motherfuckers like ask me like Dick D'Amato, and they want to go out there
yeah,
again? I'm the only guy that I know of anywhere on the internet that knows and has more on this and has studied on this more than anybody else I've ever seen in my life. Like everybody I've met said that. Like I'm the dude, I guess. I'm not trying to be special or nothing, but
well,
I don't think anybody else in the world that would come forward or
yeah,
that could publicly tell you would tell you more than me. That is my specialty.
yeah,
Literally, my entire life was S4. It
yeah,
still is. Literally, that's it. Like I'm the
yeah,
dude that can tell you everything about the outside of that facility, where to
yeah,
go, when to go, everything. I can tell you if you want to see a helicopter pull up, if you want to see a bus pull up, I can tell you the time, day, and position, and where to go with what camera, with what thermal, with what night vision.
there you go.
I ain't got the money for that, but I can tell you where to go. Shit,
Yeah,
give me the camera, give me the money, and I'll go get you a video right now of a Black Hawk helicopter landing at S4 right now. Give me a thermal camera, a night vision camera, and give me about a week.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
there's only certain, like 2 or 3 angles you can see Papoose Lake from, and it's 46 miles away. Unless you're in a plane, of course, then you got about 7 to 10.
yeah.
But
Interesting
yeah,
because
So
Because
I'm the guy. So if they really are for real, I can give them a private briefing, but I would have to tell them in such a way that they cannot say the shit publicly. They cannot let
yeah,
everybody know beforehand that they're coming.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And if you say the craft is still there, because it
it
is
is.
secure. I mean,
And
they don't really care. I mean,
yeah, you
the
the thing
leak
is
is
though,
out. They
if we
can't really do
go,
anything except to
if
mess
you
up your
go,
life and kill the
yep,
story. But it's still secure. So, but if
exactly.
somebody like Burleson, who's got the authority from Trump to go in there, walks in there, I mean, they can't stop him.
Well, that's the thing I was thinking about. It's like how, like, okay, I can get you there. I can get you there
Yeah,
whenever, and I know for a fact that at least that craft is still there right now in that hangar. Thing is though, when we get there, I make in my video, you go look at my new video I put out. It's a realistic AI recreation of me stealing the bus, doing donuts in the bus, and driving up to S4 and me knocking on the S4 hangar door. And like, hey, bitch, I'm here. Hello. Yeah, I can do that for you
surprise.
for real. Yeah, go look at it. It's on YouTube. It's the pack intro. Yeah, go look at the trailers. I sent you all the links. I sent you the links of
Yeah,
everything.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Anyway, I can do that. The thing is though, when you get there, now what are you gonna do? So we got you there. I got you there. But now what? Because that door is gonna be locked. And if you go knock on that shit, you got a good chance of dudes coming out of everywhere with AR-15s. And even if you are wearing a suit and got permission to be there, the people at Groom aren't supposed to know about the people at S4. They're what do you call it? Compartmented, like they're separate. So if you're getting permission to fly over there, a whole lot of sequence of events is going to have to happen for you to do anything other than just stand on the outside of it.
yeah,
So, I mean, but it just it's not going to matter if you go to the outside of it and you just take a picture there. Just go verify it's there, which it is
yeah,
100%.
yeah.
And if you don't believe me, go there. I will tell you how. Anybody that has permission or can get the authorization or can go there, I can tell you exactly how to get there. No questions asked, no fumbling, efficient, economy of motion, 100% guaranteed. If you don't believe me, and then we can put this whole myth to bed, right? If it's not
Exactly.
there, if it's
Exactly.
not there, what do you got to lose? If it
Yeah,
ain't there, go there right now.
yeah,
I can tell you exactly where to go, when to go. Dick
yeah,
D'Amato said it wasn't there because he didn't know what he was looking for, had no idea, and there was nobody to clearly guide you where to go.
yeah.
I can tell you the exact pinpoint bush. I can tell you a rock on the ground which one is what. Like
Well,
literally. That's how much I've studied this shit till I want to die, till my eyes burned out.
well,
Yeah.
let's hope that somebody. I know some
Hook me
contacts through
in.
there,
Hook me in.
but
Somebody
Burleson
plug
claims
me
he's
up.
got
I'm
Trump's
here.
support. That Trump has authorized him to go to
Okay,
these
I'm here.
sites.
Hey, hook me in. Hey, if
How
y'all
does
want to do
he,
it for real, contact Grant, contact me. If you serious,
how does
I
he
will
do that? How
100% do
does
it.
Scott do that to get protection?
Scott? Well,
I have
I mean,
no idea.
well, if Burleson goes in there, then the game's over. Then it's useless to get Scott. I mean, it's too late now. It's like, but that's the thing is to get somebody who can
I
get
don't
into
think
the
he's going to get
site
there. I don't think they're going to get there without me. I don't think they're going to get there. I'm just
because
saying.
he's
I'm
got
not trying to
6
be like
locations.
idiot.
He's
I just
been
don't think
to
they're going to.
one already, and the stuff had been moved. I guess they moved it out of there.
Exactly. And it's going to be moved again if you do it that way. Like I'm
Yeah,
telling you, if you
yeah,
want your best chance of seeing the shit and actually the craft being there,
yeah,
you're going to have to do it the way I'm telling you,
yeah,
which
yeah,
is still
exactly.
within the parameters of what you
Okay,
need to do. Obviously, we can bend it to what you need to
good.
do.
Well,
Obviously, we can't just fly in there randomly. You can't just do that.
okay,
But you
well,
can do it in a certain way to where you don't fuck yourself and they know before you're coming.
yeah. Okay,
So,
so the
one, yeah,
offer's out there, and it's up to Burleson if he wants, if he really serious, he can give you a call because I mean that's what he's claiming he's got, and he's got the president's authorization to do it. And let's see what happens. If they do something, then they're serious. If they don't do anything, well, then they're blown smoke.
offers there. Yep, y'all heard Grant.
That's
The
right.
offers
The
there. If
offer's
you
there.
really want to go to S4, I am the guy that can get you there. If you want, contact me. We will get you to S4.
There you
If you
go.
ain't bullshitting, here I am.
Okay, so I think we should do the video thing some other time. We were running 2.5 hours now.
Okay, well, oh
Oh
And
shit!
wow.
What?
Oh my
Wow!
God, 2.5
Wow!
hours?
That's some
Wow.
content there. That's some content. Let's go.
yeah, that's going to be explosive if
Yeah, you can cut that into a lot of
and
clips and have a lot of good content out of that.
good. Okay, so let's
Oh
leave
yeah.
it at that, and we'll contact you for part two to do
Fuck yeah,
the
let's do it.
Slides.
And I'll make sure I
Let's
get
do
the
it.
video loaded so it's not going to get embarrass your
For
story by
sure.
not being able to show
You're
the
good.
photos. And that's the
You're good.
part one that you've got, the all
Yep,
these.
that's just part one. That's the beginning. That's the
Okay.
very beginning.
So
Yeah.
Cindy, you can set that up. We'll do a part two, and I'll get this one out, and I'll
Yep.
put a rush order on it, and let's see what happens. Whether
Let's do
someone
it.
contacts,
Yep.
and I'll make some contacts as to somebody might want to help you out, or
Yeah,
For sure, man.
please.
Yes, I would be
some
very welcome
lectures.
to all of that. I very much so need it.
Because I appreciate what you've done. It's a lot of work. I know what you.
Thank you.
I've done lot of research, and I know this wasn't something done in one day. I know what you're doing, so I really
Thank you so
appreciate what
much.
you've done, and let's hope that we can all work together to push the ball over the finish line.
Heck yeah. Thank you, Grant. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Cindy. I appreciate it. It was an honor. Can't wait to see you guys next time.
Beautiful,
Okay.
beautiful,
Appreciate
and
it.
stay safe.
All
Yeah,
right, y'all
stay
too.
safe. Yeah,
Y'all
please.
too.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
okay,
Okay,
bye bye.
bye-bye.